What? Where the? Oh, there. Okay. Hello, snacks, and welcome to my web. I'm Spidere Girl Cute Pepper Senpai. I decided to just show up into the universe all of a sudden. Hello, hello, snacks. Nice to meet you, everybody. Uh, did I do my opening right? Just hello, snacks. Welcome to my web. I'm Spidere Girl Cutie Pepper Senpai. And today we are talking more about the lore. Yes, the lore. Nice to meet you, everybody. Freaking Campfire Spirit is already trying to redeem Jackbox, but I said last lore stream, we're not doing Jackbox on lore streams. It's not a redeem doesn't exist on lore streams, and yet you do it and then make a mess of things, and I have to give you your points back. Freaking make a mess of things. Pepper said, "Hell no, take this back." I did. That is for streams that aren't like this one. Those are for different. Those are for different games or for different streams. Not this one. I'm so sorry. I don't make the rules, except I do, but I don't make the rules. All right. I got some music. Oh, listen to them jams. Listen to them jams. I hope everybody's doing well today. I see we have a bunch of people in chat. We have Fire Spitter, Rin. I think there was Zach earlier. Yeah, Zach. Is anyone else in here? I thought I saw someone else too, but I may have missed it. Yep, so hello everybody. Hello. Hello. It's really, so you may notice that it's kind of dreary in my room here today. That's because that's IRL. It is really gross out right now. Supposedly there's going to be supposedly there's supposed to be a very severe thunderstorm. So if the stream ends all of a sudden, it's because of that. It's because my power went out. But I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I've had to do this warning before on other severe thunderstorm streams, but I've still yet to have it actually, my power to actually go out during a stream. So we can hope that that stays that way. It's thundering over here too. Oh my gosh. The whole of the United States is being taken over by thunderstorms. Sounds interesting. I love Great Storm. Yeah, it is kind of nice. Like, I definitely prefer like a rainy day over just a cloudy day, you know? Like, just if it's just a cloudy day, I don't really like it. But if it's a full-on rainy day, then I'm like, okay, this is kind of nice. This is nice. This is just pleasant atmosphere. So I decided to match that by photoshopping my room a little bit. Also, apologies for starting the stream, like, almost 45 minutes late. That is because I had a bit of a blood sugar issue. My blood sugar decided to go like, hey, bye-bye, I'm going downwards now. And I was like, oh, I need you to be alive. And it was like, that's too bad. And I was like, oh no. And so I got a bunch of sugar put in me, but blood sugar said, alright, I'm a head out. Yeah, it's kind of what it did, which isn't a good thing for me. So I had to like down a bunch of soda, which because of the sugar, just to get that back in my body, and then I was just kind of like laying there in my bed, stare at the ceiling, going like, ooh. And I had like no energy. Like I'm still somewhat processing, like feeling better, because I just put like half of a 2 liter of Coke in my body like 30 minutes ago. So like that's still processing. I'm like all over the place. My body is weak, but also way too energized at the same time. Perhaps we can be graced by Poseidon this day. He can have a say in the fun. Oh, what's that? What the fuck does that mean? You mean because of the rain? I don't think he controls rain, does he? I don't think that's part of the thing. We got nice winds here. Nice. Some nice wind. Oof, diabetes is a bitch. It is. I don't like it. I'm a type 1 diabetic bitch. And I don't like that. I don't like being that. Shall we head over to the other screen? You know, I kind of want to keep this nice cloudy background. Maybe I'll copy it into the other screen as well. Blah, blah, here we are. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, now all you see is my background. My room is in front of me somehow. What is this about? What's my room doing? There you go. Now it's like, now it's all funky because my room is here. Wow. And then I didn't get, because of the weird wackiness, I didn't get time to get rid of the card and change my border color. So let's do that too. You guys get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes work. There you go. There we go. Now we're looking good. Okay. Hey, everybody. Let me make it so Photoshop can show up again. Bam! There it is. It's Photoshop. We got Photoshop here, so we can see a bunch of the goodies. You guys get to see a bunch of the good stuff while I show you the good stuff. We get to see the good stuff also. That's kind of what streaming is, I guess, huh? Hey everyone! Hey everyone! Hey everyone! Now I'm drinking Diet Coke. Yeah, that's how you fix yourself from having regular Coke, because you get Diet Coke. Okay, so as you can see here, it is my thumbnail for the stream. And we're going to change that, because we're going to be looking at characters. So, last time, let me pull up the whole group shot. Let me pull up the group shot of characters. Let's see. The wallpaper, as I like to call it. The everyone wallpaper. So this is the crowd. This is the crowd we're looking at here today. We have so far looked at this character. That is Ophelia. We've looked at Ophelia. We have looked at Skaya with the many pages that I read of Skaya. We looked at... Who else did we look at? I know we looked at other people too. I can't remember exactly who we looked at. I know we looked at like one, maybe two others. Looking through all of them and looking through all of them. We looked at Calliope. Did we look at Calliope? I think we looked at Calliope, right? Fucking love Skya. Whoa! Hell yeah. Slime Girl? Yes, okay. And I don't think there's anyone else. So I am open to suggestions if anyone wants to look at this list of characters and just say like, hey, I want that one. And then I'll probably go like, okay. And then we'll look at that one. Or if you want, you can redeem a card. And then in that case, maybe we'll let the card chooser choose. Although I will say, not all these characters have been made into cards yet. So some of them won't show up through the card draw. What's the chat saying there? Alright, look, there we go. There's a card. Oh, he's the god of oceans and storms. I didn't know Poseidon was the god of storms as well. Huh. And I also didn't know he was the god of horses, too. That's also interesting. Okay, yep, and there's a redeem card. Thank you for the sweets, Fire Spitter. Thank you, thank you. Alright, we will do, that. We will do that. We'll do one of those. Okay. Okay. Let's see. It says, it gave me the number. Now let's see if we can pick the character. Now let's see if we can get that character. We rolled a 2, which means we get character number. Oh, that character doesn't exist. You rolled a pie. You rolled the card pie. I'm gonna do that again so we get not pie. Okay, that time it was Haru. That's not a character on this list. If we're talking about Haru or pie, I think it'll be you two that should, or those two that should talk about it. Okay, this is a good one. This is a good character. This is a good character. It is Marilyn Villain. She is one of my favorites. I love Marilyn Villain. She's actually got quite a good amount of depth, I think. I have a deep, not like deep, but like a more lengthy story for her as well. Kind of like Skya, but not as long as Skya's. Marilyn Villain, Gilmire mechanic. Riding motorcycle and wreaking havoc across town, Marilyn lives her life as somewhat of a criminal vigilante. Many are assuming that she's trying to make a statement with what she does, particularly every time a new victim of hers is found, partially devoured. Eat the rich. Ho 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 ho. Ho ho ho. But literally though. Ha ha ha. But literally though. Okay, let's open up a Marilyn image so you can see it. So you can see her in her entirety. Hopefully not. Hopefully I don't accidentally open up one of the lewd ones. That would be a problem. I have like semi-nude and then fully nude drawings of some of my characters that I drew like over 2 years ago. Here we go. The tongue and nipples are insane. What do you mean? What do you mean? They're cool, freaking cool. They're freaking cool. I can do what I want. Cringe tube would strike you down? What does that mean? The frick is cringe tube? Nice, thank you. Let's take a look-see. This is Marilyn. I love Marilyn. She's so fucking freaky, and that's what I love about her. Because I love freaky characters. I love characters that are freaky and scary, but also cute and hot. That's the best combo. I say it all the time. Here she is. Actually, you know what's kind of funny? Is I got a haircut a couple weeks ago, and my hair is not red, but like this is what my haircut looks like now, actually. Kind of like exactly like this. Which is kind of funny. I was even wearing a headband earlier, except it didn't have a nice big bow in it like this one does. So yeah, this is Marilyn. She's got some nice cool like skeleton tattoos on her. Originally when I designed her, I was actually going to make it so she was like neon colored. So like the skeleton tattoos would glow in the dark and all that, but then it didn't end up looking like exactly how I'd want it to look. So she ended up getting just like gray skin instead of like the neon skin and stuff like that. Well, there we go. That's Marilyn for you. The freaking freak. The freaking freak. Gotta love a good eldritch horror girl. Reminds me of one of my ex's absolute bunkers. Well, this character is a little bit freaky. That is true. And we're gonna do a read. We're gonna do a read of this character. I'm gonna give you some information on her. Let's see here. Let's see here. My Spidere decks. I'm opening it up. I'll also send this into the Discord server as well, of course. If I forget to do any of those, please remind me, chat, because that way yeah. Okay. But first, actually, no, I'll send it now. I can send it now. Let me just make sure it's accessible. Yeah, copy link. And then I'm gonna open it up in the Discord. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna frickin' send it. Let's see. In the Spidere Decks channel. In the Spidere Decks. Spidere Decks, oh my gosh. That's freaking awesome. Okay. I'm gonna get to a point where like one of these isn't gonna be, it's gonna be like too large of an image to send. Oh. This one should be fine. And then it's Marilyn. Marilyn. I always forget how to spell her last name, even though it's my character. V-I-L-L-Y-N. Dear sheet. Okay, I'm sending it in the Discord server, and I shall also send it in the chat here, if anyone wants to read along as we look at this. Let's see here. Hi, Spider. Welcome to stream. Hello, other Spider. I am also Spider. Hello. Here is the link if anyone wants to read along. This is Marilyn Villain. She is 22. Her birthday is the 8th of Denkin, month of thought. On 391 CEA. That's when she was born. 391 CEA. But this is otherwise just February 5th. That's her birthday, February 5th. She's female. Her pronouns are she, her. She is 5'9", and her species is human Gilmeyer. Human Gilmeyer. That is her species. She was born in. See, this is where it gets interesting. This is where things get interesting. She was born in a place called Glaveston, England. She was born on Earth. That's where things get interesting here. This is our first character, I think, that we've read out of all the characters so far that was actually born on Earth and comes from Earth. But she is currently located in New Exodus in the Cognatus Empire. Yeah. Very interesting, huh? We saw all the characters born and lived their lives on Monastery Lost. Well, that's not all the time the case. There's a lot of weird freaking time functionalities and stuff. British, yeah, she's British. She's got a British accent. She is chaotic neutral, and her ability class is Goss. I think that's what the card says as well. Yep. In England, my nemesis. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me make sure that is what the card says. Yep, it says Goss on the card. Good, I don't have to update it. Good, I actually wrote things correctly. Okay. Marilyn is a Gilmire with a loud personality who is regarded as a huge weirdo by those who've met her. This is the description of the character. It's hard to tell if she has any normality left in her after all this time. She lives in the city of New Exodus, riding a motorbike and wreaking havoc across town, living her life as somewhat of a criminal vigilante. This is like coming directly from the card, as you can tell. Many are correctly assuming that she's trying to make a statement with what she does, particularly every time a new wealthy victim of hers is found, partially devoured. You can obviously see her appearance already, so I'm not going to read that part. Extra or special abilities, her extra mouth. What people notice first about Marilyn is the giant opening in her stomach. Let's get a good look-see at that. Good look-see at that extra stomach. That stummy. If she isn't hiding underneath a shirt, then it'll most likely be baring its fangs and letting its large tongue loose. She can use this mouth to grab people as well as eat them as she pleases. That's a freaky. I'm sure it's not the first. I'm not the first one that's done it, but I do like that the idea of the mouth being there, but you can also see the spine and ribs. I think that's interesting. I like the idea of that. Of course, the biggest freak show monster was born in England. That's just how it goes, isn't it? Fire Spirit says, violently trembles and shakes in barely contained rage, teeth gritted. Continue. Oh, because British. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Another ability is her tendrils. Coming out of her chest are several tendrils that she can use to grab her enemies. She also has a freaking just big old knife. She's got a big old freaking knife. Mara would normally carry a large knife with her wherever she goes. It seems quite foreign to the people of Mostair Lost with its design, but if you were from Earth in period Y, you would easily recognize you would easily recognize it as a typical military combat knife. So, yeah, as we said, she's from freaking Earth, and that's kind of what it means when things say period Y. So period X is the time period of Mostair Lost. It's just like, if something is referred to as period X, then that means it's the time period of Mostair Lost, like thousands of years in the future. If something is referred to as period Y, then it means just Earth, usually. Okay, she's also got, as a special ability, a freaking handgun. She's got a freaking handgun. From her old life, Marilyn ended up in Mostair Lost with a handgun, holding a lot of memory for her. She uses it in her new world as needed and crafts new ammunition when she can. She has highly customized the weapon to suit her needs and designs. Also, another special ability. I love her special abilities with her having come from Earth. A motorcycle. She has a freaking motorcycle. Alongside her gun and knife, she also arrived here with a motorcycle that she knew well. This quickly became her main method of transportation. I love it. I love her. She has a gun, a knife, and a motorcycle, and she's riding around like the Cognatus Empire. Special ability, gun. You know, funny enough, she's not even, like, out of the, I think, 100+ characters that exist within this world that have been named and everything, she's not the only one with a super, quote-unquote, special ability that is gun. What kind of pistol? I don't know. I don't know much about guns. Maybe you guys can help me figure that out. What are some good ones that would fit her character? Okay, species details. Marilyn is what is called a Gilmire, a humanoid species that is extremely rare. Gilmires always start off as normal humans, sometimes not humans, sometimes elves, things like that too, but become disturbingly strange monsters if they happen to survive a Gilmire attack, kind of like the rules of like a vampire or a werewolf. Since it's so extremely rare to survive one, it's just as rare to find an individual of the species. The disease changes the skin to pure white, creates a golden glow to the eyes, and makes mouths, eyes, and or arms grow in strange places. In Marilyn's case, a huge mouth grew on her belly. The mouths of Gilmire... the mouths of Gilmires open up directly into the body wherever they are placed. For example, if a mouth grew in someone's arm, you'd be able to see the arm bone within. Despite this, the magic of the disease makes it so there are no physical ailments or issues created by said opening. Once an individual becomes a Gilmire, they are immortal and hunger for other humans and humanoids, preferably eaten through the extra mouths. Gilmires can still be killed, but not by age or illness. Okay. Those you just gave me several different guns. I could do the Halo 2 M6C pistol. If you're in here, Halo 2 M6C pistol. Okay, here's Marilyn's history. Here's her story. Marilyn was born in Glaveston, England, within period Y. She grew up here content for the most part, but as a bit of an outcast. Classmates and coworkers often noticed her strange fashion sense and love for boyish things. She was very often bullied for having interest in other girls. Her older relatives especially would often remark that she was too creepy and should act more girly. One day, when she was 18, her luck worsened. The apartment she and her parents lived in was destroyed in a fire. They lost everything but their lives. Even their pet cat perished in the flames. This put a huge crack in Marilyn's already strained mental health. The family temporarily moved to the countryside to live with an aunt of Marilyn's. This one in particular was one of the relatives she rather despised due to how she was treated by her. A few days in, Marilyn invited her closest friend over so that she could feel less lonely. A friend that she had been secretly dating, unbeknownst to the world. The two girls played with some old, Ouija board her aunt kept around, and somehow, something appeared. It was a terrifying Gilmire from Period X. It was hunched over and had 11 eyes, 11 arms, and 5 big mouths filled with teeth. Imagine like a Resident Evil 2 monster. It immediately attacked her and killed her friend in an instant. Marilyn ended up spending 2 grueling nights trying to stay alive with this thing. It killed her parents, then her aunt, all as it taunted her. She only ended up defeating it after she used her police officer father's handgun and combat knife, which I guess that's not a thing, so that should probably be changed, because I know that's not a thing in England. I'm going to say military, army dad or something like that. Her military father's handgun and combat knife, because I know the police officers in England don't have that. Her military father's, I'm assuming military people might still have their guns though, but correct me if I'm wrong on that. Her military father's handgun and combat knife, but at this point it was just too late. Her body felt strange. But she did defeat the monster at least, though, so that's good. Press F for the cat. I know, right? Everyone F for the cat. Not for, the lesbian or the aunt or the parents, but for the cat. When neighbors finally came to check on why the aunt hadn't visited, they found Marilyn covered in blood and sitting in a corner. The Gilmire's body had dissolved away, but the rest of the family was dead around the cabin. Marilyn was completely silent for weeks, all throughout the process of being arrested and interrogated. She was quickly sentenced for killing her family and friend. On the news, everyone seemed to hate her as she was portrayed as an estranged girl with a lust for blood. The night before her trial, she sat in a jail cell and noticed the strange feeling returning. Suddenly she felt faint, followed by a severe stinging pain in her stomach. She felt like she was being stabbed and ripped open. Her skin turned white and her belly opened up. She could see her own spine within. She looked a lot better than the creature that killed her family, but she still instantly noticed the resemblance. Sitting there in her cell alone, she began laughing hysterically, tears running down her face. It was the first sound she had made in weeks. After laughing and crying all throughout the night, the police came in to take her away. They were shocked to see her appearance. She looked them in the eyes and smiled at them with both of her mouths, her eyes red from sobbing. She immediately found herself killing and eating the 2 officers. She had no control. She tore through the station in a frenzy, destroying everything and everyone inside the building, all until she came across the evidence locker. A gun and a knife sat along with her old, bloody clothes. She took them and ran. For weeks she was on the run. On her way back to the cabin where everything happened, she saw on televisions that she passed how there was a manhunt out for her. She was a vicious mass murderer, according to the world now. After enough time, she was back at the cabin. It was completely empty, with only a few shelves and wardrobes sitting against the walls. She stood still in the main room, quiet and still. And there, on the counter, was the Ouija board. She snatched it without thinking and made her way outside. Her father's motorcycle was exactly where she last saw it, out front. She sat down on it, thinking of all the times her dad taught her how to use it. Then it came to her. She remembered at that moment the word that the Ouija board had spelled out before everything had happened. As a single tear rolled down her face, she softly said, "It was Svile." She spoke the name of the creature, Svile, the word the board had spelled. At that moment, she was transported to Souston. Oh, no, that's the other place. To New Exodus. New Exodus. Cognatus Empire. Cognatus Empire. She was transported to New Exodus, Cognatus Empire in Period X. Here, she would make a new life. She promised things would be better this time. In this world, Marilyn let go completely and showed off how crazy she had become. She didn't and couldn't care anymore. She ended up eating people here, just like a Gilmeyer would. But unlike Savile, she was careful. She could hide the mouth on her stomach by keeping it closed. She also preferred to eat bad people only. Specifically, the rich, as we found out from the card. I'm going to say not even just bad people, people she deems bad. To eat anyone she deemed as evil. Maybe here she could be a better person. Unfortunately, even this new world didn't see her that way. She was known widely as a killer vigilante. Luckily, they couldn't pinpoint her identity, so she stayed mostly to herself, living in her very own apartment, and even opening up a small garage where she did mechanical work. Yep. That's Marilyn for you. That's a notable word change, yeah. Not exactly objective bad people, but she thinks is bad. Yeah, I think that's important because, like, it's hard to like say, like, if I just write bad people, then like everyone's gonna see that and read that as a different thing. So I want it to be like what she deems is bad. What tech level is Cognatus at? So I like to imagine it as not Cognatus Empire, but like the entire world is like in a like think of League of Legends Arcane, or think of One Piece, or think of frickin'... what else would it be? I have another example I usually use, but I forget what it's not coming to me right now. It's like a mix between medieval fantasy and some tech stuff, because of all the fallen like spaceships, really. But some places have like freaking like... some places are structured more to look like medieval fantasy, and then some other places even are more structured to look like Victorian England, like I've talked about, and even have like very, very base level cars. Ah, yes, Arcane type beat. Yeah, think of Arcane. I think it's a good example. Oh, Dishonored. That's the one I always think about. Dishonored. Freaking love that series. Freaking love that franchise. Dishonored. Think about Dishonored and their technology. They have guns, but also use swords, but also have like those weird rail cars. It's like a very big mix, and I love that sort of style. I think people, they hear tech level and they're like, things can only be medieval or things can only be sci-fi. There's no in between. But like, I think there is. I think there's so many things. Some of the best writing comes from stories that are kind of in between. The first Dishonored is one of my favorite games. Same. I love the first and the second game. They're both amazing. Sort of Magitech Victorian era thing. Yeah. So like, yeah, it's very all over the place, and I think that's my favorite style, where not really all over the place haphazardly, but like there is a mix of things in a lot of places. Like there's magic technology and also like science technology, but also a lot of medieval fantasy style culture, a lot of that sort of stuff. Okay. So, okay, so Marilyn's personality. Marilyn is rather unhinged nowadays. She's smart, but very impulsive. She'll be weird just for the sake of it, and is very loud-mouthed. She loves embracing the weird and the strange. Despite her past, she loves her new body and shows it off to enemies before devouring them. She loves playing around and is quite excitable and noisy. But once you get to know her, you can tell she really is a good person deep down in her heart. She still cares, and she misses what she used to have. I would argue she even, like, is, like, very driven now. Whereas before she felt kind of purposeless. I don't have any like the next thing is relationships, but she doesn't really have. I don't have any friends really written out for her or relationships or anything like that besides the ones from period Y, where she had her family and also her girlfriend. Hi Moopy, welcome to the stream. Whoa, 2 places to kiss. I know, right? It's pretty cool. Rin says, I always thought the imps on Bibliotheca were sort of less technologically advanced. Probably. They probably are a little bit more like I think I'm thinking of them like looking like they're not like unadvanced. I'm kind of thinking of like the dwarves in the Lord of the Rings stuff. Like that's kind of what they got going on. They got like some huge structures all made of stone inside the volcano. They have a whole castle in there because they're royalty according to themselves. But I mean, like, to the imp race, they kind of are royalty, depending on where these imps are from. Moopy Lark. Okay, sounds good, Moopy. Sounds good. Okay, so that is Marilyn. Yeah. I hope everyone likes Marilyn. I love her. I think she's great. I want to develop her more. She's going for... She's like... Her personality is chaotic lesbian. Which means I relate to her. Which means that she has a place in my heart, a very special place. So I hope you like Marilyn. Let's take a look at what other characters we can look at. Unless anyone has any questions about Marilyn, of course. I am open to questions and all that stuff. But that is Marilyn now. We have gotten through Marilyn. I'm gonna like, you know what? I'm gonna freaking like... I'm gonna make this a different color also. I'm gonna put like little bands out of the characters we've done already. Sorry, Skya. You know what? Instead of just band, I'm just gonna do a check mark. That way we don't have to hide their beautiful faces. I'm sorry I'm hiding the booba though. The booba and Skya. Hidden by the check mark. Okay, so here are a bunch of the other options. Oh, we did Cleo too. I remember we did Cleo. Yeah, we did Cleo. Okay. I'm back. Did I miss anything? I don't know when you left, but we finished talking about Marilyn. And we're gonna check off the femboy. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Thank you. But we're getting ready to talk about another character. If anyone wants to choose a character, here we have a bunch of them here. We have Echo, we have Foxtrot, we have Baby Harrison, which is just me in the past before transition. Oh, Redeem Card. Well, there we go. That's the way to do it. Thank you for the sweets. Although, like I said, not all these characters have been added to cards yet. So the cards won't always give us one that's like here. Let's see. Yeah, that person's not a card. You rolled Minra. That's I don't have the card of Minra. Oh, frick. Oh, one of the legends. You rolled one of the legends. It's Molly. It's Molly. She's like the OG. It's Molly. You've got the prime card, Moopy. You got the prime card. It's Molly Delani. Molly Delani, Smart AI Guidance System. Molly was created by the powers of a Primidiaire, and she is one of the few who understands what that means. She's currently trapped within a grounded ancient spaceship in the middle of the ocean. She spends most of her time using the advanced electronics of her home to traverse the planes of reality. I'm about to smug all over you. You have no idea. She is one of the few Nidus characters here. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. That's some good stuff right there. That's some good stuff. You might be able to tell she's one of my favorites. It's because she was like And like I said, she's an OG card or character. I'm calling them cards now, apparently. She's one of my OGs. I made her... I think I designed her like... Or she came into my head like 6 years ago, I think, at this point. Yeah, some of these other characters are actually older than that, but she's the one that has gotten a lot of attention. Woo, a Nidus! Alas, I'm not the only one. There's a couple of other Niduses. I'm pretty sure Yvette here is also a Nidus. I think Yvette's a Nidus, and Molly is a Nidus. Yeah. I think that's it, out of all the characters on here. It's tough to be a Nidus. You've got to be real powerful. Like I said, you got to be able to end the world. Moopy will go back to lurking. Have fun. Okay, thank you, Moopy. Okay, so we are going to look at Molly. Let me open up a Molly image. The Molly. I love the Molly. Oh, there's a lot of Molly art I have, actually, because I've drawn her so much because she's great. But we're going to look at the most recent one, which is still from a couple years ago, but still. We'll take a look at that one. Take a look-see. Take a good old look. Another card? What the frick? Maybe that'll be, I guess, like, who we do next. I think this will be it. Let me just make sure this is the right image I'm going to pull up, so I don't pull up a nude again. Not that I did it before. I just want to make sure again. There we go. It's Molly. Here she is. It's Molly. Okay, let's write her name. I'll put it up on the screen. Molly Delani. I'm honestly open to having like new last names for her if anyone has any ideas ever. But yep, Molly Delani. This is Molly. For the next one, yes. Okay, I guess we can do that real quick too. Let's see. The next card is Ama. Nice draw. It's the Ama card. Ama Baudadine, Imp Volcano Princess. There she is. Ama is an imp princess living in the Bibliotheca volcano. Despite her parents' warnings, she often likes to leave the volcano and travel the island to fight monsters that seem to be always showing up. Ama calls herself a warrior, but due to her lack of training, she isn't actually all that good. The quote is, "So she still doesn't know we're actually the King's Guard, huh?" said one monster to the other. Ha ha ha. Okay. What the hell, that's how that's spelled? What, Ama? Yeah, that's how Ama is spelled. She does look like a goober. She's a cute little goober. Hell yeah. Molly or Ama? I don't know what you're trying to... Bibliotheca? Oh yeah, that's Bibliotheca. My bad. I didn't think that I should probably give... I need to make a list of, like, the locations for everybody. Like, I have one for myself, but I need to make, like, an official one. Molly and Ama are cute little goobers. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. So, this is Molly. Let me read the Molly page. Okay. Molly Delani. Basic details. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on a freaking second. I'm gonna check something real quick. Because I think I have her name's capitalization different on this page than I do on the card. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, yeah. So it's not capital L. It's lowercase l. Okay, there we go. That's on me, I guess. So Molly Delani. Basic details. She is 10,000 plus years old, but appears to be just like 20. Her birthday is the 24th of Denkin, month of thought, which is February 21st. I have trouble speaking when I'm trying to read things. Kind of just goes all over the place. We were talking about it a bit yesterday on my stream about the difficulty with words sometimes, and it's kind of like it's coming back full force at the moment. So, gender, female, pronouns, she, her, height, 4'11", she's a little teeny, species, artificial intelligence, birthplace, unknown, currently located at the Iridescent Voyager, an ancient human spaceship crashed in the Transatlantic Ocean. Time is period X, but came from period Y, and sometimes is in others when in the mood. Interesting. What does that mean? Alignment, neutral good. Ability class, Nidus. Description. Molly was created by the powers of a Primitiere, and she's one of the few who understands what that means. For those who don't remember, Primitiere is basically people that have effect on the world around them to a higher degree than the normal person when believing or creating or affecting the world. So, like, me, I'm Primitiere, Minra's a Primitiere, Zach is a Primitiere, Jodie's a Primitiere, anyone who can, like, basically write for the world. So, Molly was created by a Primitiere, because I made and designed Molly, and she knows that. Molly knows that that's a thing. That's the interesting part. Molly knows that she is possibly a fictional character, but also kind of not, if that makes sense. With the whole 3D space and time stuff. Yeah, Molly can basically break the fourth wall. But not exactly. Because the whole thing in this world is, like, that it actually exists, right? Like, to me, it's a story. But, because it is a story. I made it up, it's a story. That's what it is. But because of that, in world, the world is obviously real. And this entire conversation, this is where things get weird, like I said, this entire conversation is canon to the universe. This stream is canon to this world. Because it happened, and the world exists, but so does me and the creation of the world in terms of it being written and designed like this. It's all funky. By the way, I don't know if you saw my question, but what's the background music? It's nice. Let me see. It is called... where the heck? Let me see the name of the song, Goober. You computer goober. It's Wide Boys, Underbelly, and Tie Mayor, I guess is what it says. It's I don't know if it's called Wide Boys or it's by Wide Boys. It's from YouTube's, like, audio player, like, free music. But it's Underbelly and Tie Mayor. I don't know what that means. I'll put it in the chat for you. I'll put it in the chat. I'll be good. I'll assist. There you go. 19 months. Holy, I'm glad I'm supporting you. Thank you so much, Shiny, for supporting me. I can't believe you've been doing this for 19 months. JLS is just lurking today, not feeling 100%. I'm sorry. It seems like that's the case with a lot of people today. Today hasn't been the best for a lot of people. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. Hope things get a little bit better. Okay, continuing with the stuff. So, yeah, Molly knows what a Primitiere is and knows kind of how the world works in terms of the 3D time and space thing and how I made her but also didn't. I need a word for that too. Freaking how she knows that I exist and I'm a Primitiere and brought her into existence but also didn't, and her existence made me bring her into existence in a weird way. Okay. She is currently trapped within a grounded ancient spaceship in the middle of the ocean. She spends most of her time using the advanced electronics of her home to traverse the planes of reality. She knows she exists within a different reality and often boasts about how great it is to be an AI rather than a person. Whenever she decides to leave, she says she's going to the void. This may be a reference to the fact that she technically doesn't exist when not directly interacting with her in any way. That, or perhaps she is just shutting down for a bit. You can see her appearance there, because it's right there. Special abilities. Reality twisting, because Nidus. Being an AI who understands her placement in fictional reality, Molly herself is kind of a Primitiere, but also a Nidus. Molly has been able to use this knowledge to control reality around her, but while this seems very overpowered, she has a lot of trouble doing it and can often only do it very slowly. Next ability is Respawn. She also is semi-immortal. She can die in all the same ways any human would, but she just respawns back at her ship directly at the moment of her death. So, like, if you just shot her in the face, you would be shooting her in the face. Like, she is an AI in the way that's not, she's not a hologram. She is like flesh and blood and everything like that, because it's super technology in the future. But you could kill her and then she would just be instantly respawned back at her ship. Because like the humans of the future that she came from and was built by on this ship and these ships that crashed are like super future. They're super future. She's a really convincing synth. Yeah, she's not even exactly in that way. Like, she is an AI more than she is a robot, though. She's not super convincing. She is, in fact, human, but not. She's an AI. She's not a synth. She's not a robot. She's, like, it's not artificial blood. It's real. It's just that she's all biological. It's just she's made in a different way. It's like her mind is AI, kind of. And then she just kind of, like, uses the biological bodies that she responds with. Okay, next ability is Far Travel. With her acknowledgement of the fourth wall and the reality twisting ability, she can use her reality twisting ability to place herself in different places or times with extreme effort. Oftentimes, she usually goes to period Y, as it is less lonely and a little bit more recognizable, period Y being Earth. It takes a lot of effort to go to these places, though, or these times, but it's easy to stay once she's there. Problem is, she has to be within a certain distance of her ship most of the time, only allowing her to stay in these periods for a little while before she dies and respawns once again. Okay, species details. Being a special version of artificial intelligence, because she is the artificial intelligence, but also she's, like, surpassed that. Molly is technically immortal and forever young. She can indeed die, but like a video game character, she'll just respawn moments later. You might expect her to be a computer projection or a hologram, but she is just as real as anyone else, with a completely biologically human form. Only the knowledge that she's fictional, and created by Spidere separates her from the rest. She is also able to control next to all of her near environment, as she knows it also doesn't really technically exist. It does take her time to do so, however, considering the fact that everyone around her doesn't know they live in a fictional world, though. She can often be seen as a godlike being. Luckily, Molly doesn't mind this. She doesn't mind being seen as a little bit godlike. That's why sometimes she actually, when I first made her, a lot of people like to call her the goddess. It was kind of the meme at the time. But, so some of this I'm kind of like changing because all of this is up for change as time goes on. So the whole idea of it being fictional is kind of what's changing. So like, going back to the whole 3D sphere of time and space, to me and all of you, all of this stuff is fiction, right? But obviously within the world, it's not fiction. Obviously within the world, it's real for them and all that. But also, all the stuff that I'm doing and saying right now is also real within the world. So, Molly doesn't really technically realize that she's fiction, because within the world, she's not. She just knows she was made up by someone who wrote a fiction story, or what they thought was a fiction story, me. And in doing so, being a Spidere, this made it reality, but also she was already reality, and with time existing not as a line, made me right in the first place. Really confusing. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. Yeah, I might stop trying to over explain it and just say just cuz at this point, because it is so much to have to explain every single time. Spidere says, so in other words, everyone here in the chat is someone that shapes and manifests the world, except for me, because I naturally manifest as simply a force of chaos for everyone inside and outside. Yeah, so if you affect the world within the story, then yes, you are a Spidere. Yeah. Rin says, I understand what you're saying because I read Elder Scrolls Deep Lore. That's exactly what inspires me. I talked to Jody about this, but the whole thing with, like, I think it was Morrowind. I actually haven't played Morrowind. I don't know a lot of the deep lore, honestly. I just know about how the deep lore works, and I love it. Like, the whole thing with, I think it was the end of Morrowind, where whatever choice you make at the end, right? They're all canon, right? That's the thing. is like you can choose any of the different choices, but they're all canon and not in separate dimensions or timelines. They're all canon to the same one. It was Daggerfall, not Morrowind. I don't know, but it's like the endings are all canon to the same world and same timeline, but they're different endings and different things that all happened. That's what's so fucking awesome. It's so neat. That's so interesting. Morrowind has only one ending. Okay, so Daggerfall, whichever it was, I don't know. I just think that's really neat, and I love it. Like, both things being able to be true at the same time. Like, yes, that's so cool. Daggerfall has like 7 endings that are all simultaneously correct. I think that's super awesome. I love that. So like, freaking, like I said, the story is fiction, but also not. And it's cool. That whole thing about the 7 endings is kind of one of the things that inspired me. Even though I haven't even played that game and don't know much about it. I just like the idea. Because the dragon Akatosh broke and time was non-linear. That's exactly what it is. Non-linear time is so cool. That's what this is. That's what my world is. It's so cool. Which if you read Lasser's sheet is how he often perceives time. I don't know why I have so much trouble with that. I just have to remember it again, but it's Lasser. I know that. I was just having trouble. Is how he often perceives time. That's cool. Fire Spidere says that's in line with something that I genuinely fundamentally believe in, actually. So I can understand my VTuber character and in written form is very much me and I am him. I live and breathe as myself. That is super cool. I don't know. I can't say like if I believe in that stuff. I don't know of any evidence. I feel like I can't dedicate my thought to actually believing in that sort of thing or not. But I do find it like super interesting. Lasser being born was being taken from non-linear time into something more linear. That makes sense. So yeah, so like the whole thing with non-linear, I need to start using that instead of 3D space and time. That's easier, non-linear. So the world and the universe exists in non-linear time. Which is, yeah, that's how all this works in the story. Okay, time to continue on. But he still sees it as that. That's cool. Okay. So, history. Molly is suspected to have come into existence through the ancient humans who crashed upon the planet with all of their unfathomable technology. However, she herself, she knows herself that she is just a character drawn and designed by some nerd at her computer. With this knowledge in mind, Molly has both existed for as long as ancient humans in the Spidere universe, and for as little as just a few years since she was originally developed by her creator, me. It's non-linear. She's existed because her mind kind of goes past the whole linear thing. Fucking, my mind's going crazy right now. That's a good term, non-linear. I'm gonna freaking write it down. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like being all over the place right now. Like I said, I had a whole liter of Coke earlier. Coca-Cola. Not the other Coke. It was Coca-Cola. I had a whole liter of it. And I'm kind of all over the place because that's a lot of caffeine. Yeah, I think I'll write the whole thing about her just understanding the stuff as being non-linear rather than it just being like she knows that she's fictional. I'm going to replace the stuff that says she knows she's fictional with she knows time is non-linear. She knows that... So, however, she knows herself that she's just a character drawn and designed by some nerd at her computer is now going to be turned into, however, she knows that time is, in truth, non-linear. Thank you for the help, everybody. You have now added to the world, which means you are all Primidiers. Good job. Yes. With this knowledge in mind, Molly has both existed for as long as the ancient humans in the Spidere universe, and for as little as just a few years since she was originally... I'm gonna get rid of that sentence. I don't think that was necessary. But yeah, Molly's character goes very deep into the whole non-linear time thing. So either way, she has made her home out of the inner machinations of one of the crashed ancient human spaceships. She has been using it for as long as she can remember to run her technology. And through her knowledge of nonlinear time, gonna add that in as well. Non-linear time. She does nearly whatever she wants, including traveling space and time, and resurrecting herself whenever she passes. You know, fun fact, Molly was originally going to be a VTuber avatar for me before everything. Fun fact about that is before everything, I mean before I transitioned. Originally, she was going to be a character I played on YouTube as a VTuber. Even though I hadn't come out or even realized I was a girl yet. Which is kind of funny considering how things turned out. Rin says, I have been promoted. I am now one of the elite employees, indeed. Fire Spidere says, you've been building it nicely. It'd be a shame if I were to... What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Rin says, like, he can't easily tell you what day it is right now, but he can look 1,000 years into the past and into 20 different futures all at once. That's freaking nuts. That's pretty cool. Like, he can't tell what day it is because that's, like, below him or something. That's neat. Okay. Life is always a joy for Molly, and she's just waiting for another new activity to pass her way. Molly's home is a giant spaceship that had crash-landed in the middle of the ocean of an unknown planet some thousands of years ago. Nearly all the humans in the ship had died in the crash, and the rest went on to colonize the planet, only to end up completely forgetting their spacefaring origins after a couple of thousand years had passed. Unfortunately, this also means they forgot about Molly, their super AI. You know, you just forget about those sometimes. Now she's been stuck here on the ship doing nothing all this time. She did manage to figure out how to travel through space and time using the ship's warp capabilities, though. After so long, most of the ship was covered up and down with plants and dirt. After a long time of doing nothing had passed, Molly figured out through her travels that she just so happened that I'm gonna do the time thing because it says that she just so happened to be a fictional character, but instead I'm gonna do Molly figured out through her travels that time is non-linear. Yes. This newfound knowledge allowed her a limited ability of what is basically equal to god powers, while also having a ton of difficulty controlling these powers. Outside the ship is a sandy beach that completely surrounds it. Molly had been programmed... Oh my god. I genuinely can't speak today. This is a mess. I'm sorry. I'm flubbing like every single word. Too much caffeine. I'm reading like words that are 4 words ahead of the word I'm currently on. I'm gonna have to read more slowly, take some deep breaths. Outside the ship is a sandy beach that completely surrounds it. Molly had programmed every single grain of sand into existence, just so she could sit outside on occasion, instead of inside the metal coffin of a ship that she had been stuck in all these years. It took her a couple hundred of years, but it was worth it. Personality. Her personality is filled to the brim with smug energy and cheerful vibes. She enjoys acting tough, but it actually isn't that difficult to get her emotional or frustrated if you really wanted to. All in all, she's kind of just a brat. She also loves to tease people. Despite her small looks, she usually ends up being the leader of a group. She's super smug and loves to mess with people. If something is going to embarrass you, then she's going to do it, but not for free. She requires the payment of praise. To get Molly going, all you have to do is praise her and give her the attention she deserves. And if you give her enough, she may just melt out of that brat mindset and into your arms. Although there's also a chance it'll just flatter her and encourage her to push harder. She is very silly. She comes from my silly brain. So, relationships. Molly took many chances to travel the world of Mostery Lost, every once in a while pretending to be all-knowing, which she isn't quite, but she's getting there. Well, she's far from there, but she might think she's all-knowing. Sometimes it worked, and sometimes she got laughed at, but she did come across a very cute and surprisingly sexy spider girl named Lychee. She visited her, was eaten, visited again, was eaten, and continued to visit over and over. Now they're best friends. She's also come across many other interesting individuals in her travels, all being prominent characters of the Wanderlust storylines, which should now be Spidere storylines, because we're no longer called that. Being prominent characters of the Spidere storylines. Of course, Molly already knew this. She just wants attention, so she gets it from as many of them as she can. I think this is one of the ones I'm going to have to go back through, because I wrote it a while ago. I'm going to have to, like, redo some of the stuff in here. Okay. House chat. Lesser genuinely struggles figuring out what parts of the present calendars are so foreign to him. Firespeeder's Elder Scroll lore is whack and I love it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. So we will say now that we did Molly. That's not the right color. This is the right color. There we go. Molly's done. Okay. Who else are we going to do? Who else are we going to do? Oh wait, we're doing Ama, right? That's the one. We're doing Ama now. Since I might like redo Molly's stuff a little bit, I might not send that into the server just yet because I want to redo some stuff. I redeemed a card earlier. Remember? I do member. I member. Pepper members. Okay. Ama. 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 Oh, another card. Freaking Firespeeder, thank you. Here's Ama, by the way. I also have another art of Ama that I quite like, which is a piece I commissioned a while ago, like from someone else. So we can also have another reference for it as well, which is really cool. It's really cool seeing characters I made in different art styles. But yes, this is Ama, our lovely imp girl. Okay, there we go. Let me put her name on the screen. Ama Baudadine. There you go. Ama Baudadine. Are you using the card thing as a way to like say like this is gonna be the next character we look at? Because that's smart. That's a smart thing to do, chat. That's a smart thing to do, my snacks. It rolled Molly again. Okay, let's do it again. We rolled Calliope where I did that character. Okay. Yeah, that works. Next card will be Baby Harrison. Baby Harrison. Oh my gosh, another card. Okay. Well, are you replacing the previous card? We're not going to do Baby Harrison. We're going to do someone else. Human YouTuber. Baby Harrison is a wholesome, shy YouTuber with a passion for stories. He loves exploring identity and documenting his life through his videos. It's easy to find her info dumping about her favorite fanfiction in them too. Filled with hope and innocence, yet too scared to even curse, they hold a heart filled with love for their friends. Your toesy boys are exposies. Hehehe, funny reference. Okay, and now we get a new card again. Let's see. Both of those. Well, you know what? We can... Okay, so the next card is Pie. I'm just going to have it as we're doing the Pie card, but it's not going to be like the next character we read. It's just we're doing a Pie card. Yay, Pie. Easy as. Human Twitch streamer. There's Pie. You might be able to tell that's not my artwork. I did not draw this one. It's not... Which is not me. Pie is a rather smug girl who loves to personify herself with the color orange and the digits of pi. It's easy to find her teasing her friends while also working hard to make sure they love themselves. She can be easily recognized by either her devilish smile or her long orange locks. 3.141592 blah 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 blah. Noise. That's the Pie card. That's the Pie card. Pie is 6'2" IRL. Yeah, she is. She's a towel. Pretty cool. No, Baby Hair next and then my card? Well, that's the thing, is now it's Pie, so we can't do Pie. First, I only have the one art style for my character, but I love it all the same. The artist is a great friend of mine, although I haven't talked to him in a long time. That's cool. Okay, So Ama, I think I have a thing for. I think I wrote an Ama thing, but there's a possibility I did not. No, I did not. Okay, we don't have an Ama card. Let me go see, or Ama card, Ama character sheet. Let me see if I have her just like info written somewhere else. Okay, so since this is like very, this is like her template, this is very up to change. But Ama Baudadine is 100, cough, 117. Let me also check the card again too for other stuff. Yeah, okay. So her birthday is May 14th, which is the 23rd of Sotul, month of wonder. She is female and she is 3'7". She's pretty small. Isn't she? She's an imp, and her place of origin is Bibliotheca in the Cognitus Empire. From Realm X. Her ability class is Goss. She's chaotic neutral. She is somewhat skilled with a short sword that she carries around with her. She knows a bit of lava magic, as taught to her by her parents and the royal magician. Species details. Ama is an imp. Imps are common species that are very short and thick with gray or dull-colored skin. Many variations exist, such as those with horns and spade tails, or those with big and fluffy ears, etc. There's many different variations of them. Or subspecies. Okay, let's see. Description. Ama is an imp princess living in the volcano island of Bibliotheca. She is the daughter of the imp king and queen who rule over the castle inside the volcano. Despite her parents' ruling, she often likes to climb out of the volcano and travel the island. She thinks herself a masterful warrior, but due to her severe lack of training, she isn't all that good in actuality. This, in addition to her constant pampering as princess, causes her to be rather lazy without realizing it, especially when it comes to fighting. The queen, noticing Ama's frequent escapes, actually sends out some of her guards at night to pretend to be enemies for Ama to fight. Ama never notices, despite how many of these enemies being the same people who assist in taking care of her every day. Ama, in the end, is a very excitable girl who craves adventure but isn't actually prepared for the real thing. She thinks she's being sneaky, breaking out all the time, but the only one who doesn't know of her hijinks is the king himself. History. Ama has lived her whole life inside the volcano city of Bibliotheca, on the island of the same name. Here she has gone on as the princess daughter of the king and queen of the Imp Island. She has always been very playful growing up, and as she grew even older, she started becoming rebellious too, to her parents' dismay. She often finds herself wandering down the volcano in search of small monsters to conduct great big battles with. Each time she goes out, she gets in trouble, and each time she escapes again, she goes a bit further than before. She hopes to someday be able to leave the island completely and explore like the adventurers she's read about in folklore and legends. Personality. Ama is very excitable, although self-centered. She means well, but has trouble paying attention to others in favor of trying to do what she wants instead. She strives for challenge in great battles, but instead gets lazy in small ones. She looks up to great warriors and dreams of being one someday, making her quite the daydreamer. And that's actually all we have on Ama. She is one of the less developed ones, background-wise. Fires versus bloody hell. I'm just 1 inch shorter than her. Then Ama? You're 3'6"? Are you 3'6"? Oh, you're talking about Pi, probably. Oh, okay. No, Pi. I was like, oh, you're 3'6", okay. It's not like Myobi, who's 2'4". Don't tell them I said that. Rin says, it's wild to think about the fact this silly imp princess is actually partially responsible for summoning a fire god. Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty funny. I guess that'll be added to the backstory at some point. That Ama and the rest summoned your character. Yeah. Okay, so, that is Ama. There we go. Bop. And here's the other Ama. Bop. And now we can cross Ama off the list. Wrong color again. Now we can cross Ama off the list. Damn it, Pepper, I'd be in ball kicking range. What? If you're 3'6"? Aren't normal people, like, aren't people who are normal heights in ball kicking range of each other? Or would you be like in ball headbutting range? Okay, look at all these characters. Who do you want to do next? Who would we like to learn about next? Some of these I might honestly like just talk about instead. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean. You want to draw a card, or does someone want to choose one? I don't know how many we have of like cards left that are on here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, we're doing Baby Harrison, right? Forgot about that. Okay, we're doing Baby Harrison, and then we're gonna do whichever card we're about to draw. Okay. Baby Harrison, and then whatever card I'm about to draw. Ooh, brum! It's Lychee, my other top tier character. Lychee and Molly are my favorite characters. Lychee Gal. So Molly, Lychee, and Skya are my 3 favorite characters that I've made that are on this list here. This like big drawing. Lychee Gal, Spidere Predator. Lychee is a Spidere seductress living deep within a labyrinthian-like cave system. There she awaits unsuspecting prey to come across her nest of webs so that she may play with and feast upon them. She has yet to allow any of her prey to live, despite how badly she yearns for companionship. Rest easy now, my dear. Soon, pleasure will be all you know. Oh, Lychee. I love Lychee. I love Lychee. Okay. Lychee's going over there now, and we're going to talk about Baby Harrison. Baby Harrison. Oh, where is this? Baby Harrison. Okay. There we go. It's Baby Harrison. Alright, so Baby Harrison is just me being nostalgic about my past self. It's me being nostalgic about when I was like freaking 14 and 15 and 16. Because back at that point in time, I actually came out as gender fluid. Interestingly enough, considering I am now also gender fluid, you know, it is the first time I came out before going back into the closet. So this is Baby Harrison. This was me back at the time. This is my drawing of me, at least of me back at the time. Got my logo on my shirt. Got my backpack. I got my sneakers. Funny enough, I actually have a second drawing that I used as reference for this one. So back when I was going through this whole first gender fluid period of mine, when I was in high school, I was doing a Call of Duty 2 playthrough on my channel, which is still there. It's one of the series that I have not privatized, but it's still there. And I drew myself for a thumbnail, and I think it's really funny going back to look at this. Look at that. look at that kid off to battle, off to World War II. I don't know why it's really funny that me at age like 15 drew myself going off to war in World War II. You know, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's just what you do, right? It's just what you do. I was doing a YouTube series. It makes more sense in that context. It was for a thumbnail. But yeah. And so here's my more recent drawing of my basically my redone version of this, where I was not going off to World War II. That's the difference. The shoes like this are the actually shoes I always wanted at the time, which is why I drew them. Never actually got them though. Okay. So, Baby Harrison doesn't even have a template because it's just me when I was younger. But within the lore, Baby Harrison still exists because, you know, non-linear time, and was just it was a guy who liked to make YouTube videos, liked to, before streaming was a thing for me, liked to make YouTube videos, a lot of edited stuff, tried to, like, didn't exactly know where he fit in yet, did, like, Halo Maps of the Week series, tried doing ASMR, the, like, old ASMR, not the newer ASMR, with the characters, but, like, tried doing, like, the old ASMR, did, like, videos of playing Call of Duty 2 and Halo, all that stuff, and that's where this version of me exists within the lore. And because of nonlinear time and all that, maybe this character also exists separately from that and can meet other characters still somehow. Because the idea is, like, Baby Harrison is like the whole idea behind Baby Harrison is, like, what if Baby Harrison grew up without becoming Harrison, not Baby Harrison, but Harrison, and without becoming Pepper, but just stayed as Baby Harrison? What if Baby Harrison grew up into Baby Harrison instead of Harrison and then Pepper? Lychee is a short stack because why does she have a fatty? She's not short stack. It's just the angle, I think. She's not a short stack. Why does she have a fatty, though? Fire Spirit says, I don't know jack shit about the names. You mean the names of the characters here? Fire Spirit also says, back then people who knew me thought I was just someone that was obsessed with pirates. Nowadays, I'm proud of discovering one of my ancestors being a pirate captain. Vindication, hell yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, like, I actually do want to add background lore to Baby Harrison here, but I don't have that in my head yet, other than, like, what was actually real. But, like, I gave myself, like, the wristband thing that I actually wore back in the day. I gave myself the necklace I used to wear, which was, like, half of a heart that one of my close friends wore the other half of. I have my hand going back behind me, because I always used to put my hands behind me. Yeah, I have my hair looking like that because I dyed my hair black, but then it started fading into brown. And that's why you can see, like, the blonde poking through. And then also, there was, like, one strip that started turning, like, this color, which was interesting. So yeah, that's what this is. I also have the black jacket, which if I wanted to make it extra accurate would have, like, a bunch of Halo stuff on it. But that would have been too much to draw, so I didn't do it. But yeah, there we go. That's Baby Harrison. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions about characters? About characters and lore? With Baby Harrison or with other characters? Also, we're going to be talking about Lychee next, which is really exciting. The secret pepper lore. It's the secret pepper lore. Oh, look at that. Off to the battles. Off to the battles with ya. Okay. So, Dunzo. So now it's Lychee. One of my faves. Another character who has a few more arts than just, like, one. Like, a lot of these characters I've only drawn once. But Lychee I've drawn a few times now. Funny thing about Lychee is she does have, like, a canon outfit. But I've never drawn it.
You dummy.
I've never drawn the Lychee outfit, which I think is pretty funny. Also, new card. Thank you for the sweets. Even though it's so tasty. So Skya likes pretty dudes, just to confirm. She'd probably be, like, more interested, I guess, but I don't think she's, like, going out of her way to look for pretty dudes. Like, for me, Skya seems pretty asexual, aromantic, but, like, might be really, really close with, like, a pretty dude. But it may be romantic, but, like, I don't know. But pretty dude is more likely than big hairy dude is what I'm thinking. Okay, yeah, we'll draw another card, but first let me open up a Lychee. So the thing with Lychee is, like I said, I have like a whole outfit for her in mind. Thing is, I've never drawn it. Therefore, every drawing I've done of Lychee, she is in the nude. So that's a bit of a problem when it comes to trying to put stuff on YouTube. Which is also why here she's wearing a safety shirt, because that's what I put her in, is the safety shirt. Let me make sure this is the right image. Yeah. Okay. So I have this thing called the safety shirt. It's the safety shirt. That's what it is. I draw on crude drawings of safety shirts on characters that I don't have safe drawings for. So that's what Lychee has been stuck in for years now at this point. But yeah, before we read off her stuff, let me draw a new card. Let me draw a new card. Let's see. Okay, cool. The next card will be Brum Yvette, which is another Nidus. That's the only other Nidus I have. Yvette Nikolaeva, Immortal Living Curse. Yvette is a curse so powerful it took physical form. Her desire in life is to control. She does so with hypnosis and possession, bringing everyone she can into her soulless hive mind. Through this, she spreads her influence as far as possible, hoping to someday control everyone and everything. Suffer, suffer, and let your soul be mine, she says. Okay, let me see if I have my Lychee thing here. Okay, Lychee. Lychee Gal. Oh, this one I can send to the server, actually. Oh. Lychee Gal. This character sheet. Lychee Gal's character sheet. And then I will put link, and then I will put image, and I'll send it in the chat for you guys to check out too, because hers is actually finished. Ah man, the image is too big. Where do I get a safe Lychee image? Oh. 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 I might have to freaking save this as a smaller image. Hang on just a seckie. Because Discord's not letting me send it, because it's a huge picture. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Is this one I just made? I think so. Yeah. I'm sending it into the Discord server. Okay. There we go. Lychee's character sheet has been sent into the Discord server. And I will send the link here as well. One of my favorite characters. Heck yeah. Okay. Lychee. Lychee Gal. This one, so this is where it gets interesting. This is where stuff starts to cross over. Like, characters' stories start to cross over. Oh lord, it's another Nidus. Lychee? Lychee's not a Nidus. Oh, no, Yvette. Yeah, that's right. Yvette is a Nidus. Fire Spidere says, I do have a real-life parallel to my character. Both of us were big dreamers, went through a traumatic time that broke us, made us become a horrible person full of rage, and now we're learning to love ourselves and atone for some things, none of which would have happened or been person if it hadn't been another equally broken parent for our lives. Not proud of my past, but I've come to accept it, though. That's valid. Sometimes past is a very difficult thing to deal with. I get you there. I don't like who I used to be, but then there's versions of me in the past I do appreciate and like Baby Harrison. That's when I was full of innocence. Okay, so Lychee Gal. Like I said, you can read along with me if you'd like. Link is right there in the chat. Okay, so basic details. Age 72, because it's a favorite number, you know, I thought it would work out. Birthday 26th of Yorid, month of desire, which is equals out to 341 CEA, 341 CEA, which is June 15th. Or that's the year she was born, was 341 CA, but that equals out to June 15th. Oh my gosh. She's female. Her pronouns are she, they, it. She is 5'8". Her species is Spidere. Oh, it's all coming together. She is a Spidere. So if we also look at the image here, Yeah, we can take some closer look at it. This is one of my favorite drawings. Look at her. Look at this lychee. It's a very lewd drawing normally, but that's okay. Look at her feetsies. Look at her lychee feetsies. She's got lychee feetsies. But you see how I have my red hands? They're like my extra arms, right? She has those too. But they're blue, and they're hidden by the safety shirt, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to show them. Because they're doing some weird stuff. Don't worry about it. Also, her pokers are a little bit different looking than mine, but that's like just how it is. That's how it works. Yeah. She also has the extra eyes, which I do not have, because Spidere have very different variations also. Birthplace, Monsaria Mountains in the Cognatus Empire, currently located at Monsaria Mountains in the Cognatus Empire. Time period X. Alignment, she is neutral evil, actually, and her ability class is Lector. She's a little bit freakier. She's not an Nidus, nowhere near that, but she is tougher than a Goss. Ew, weird feet. What's wrong with her feet? You don't like the sharp nails? I think the sharp nails are, like, cool. I love sharp nails on characters. That's why her fingies have sharp nails. That's why her feet have sharp nails. That's why I have sharp nails, if you look at my hands. It's cool. I'm gonna call her, tackles and runs by her. Oh my god! Careful, she might kill you. She might murder you. Okay. Description. Lychee is a seductive and scary spider girl living deep within a labyrinthine-like cave system, which we've heard this before from the card. There she awaits unsuspecting prey to come across her nest of webs so that she may play with and feast upon them. Doing so is her all-time favorite activity, and she enjoys nothing else more. However, she does often wish for companionship, as there's no one to keep her company other than her non-speaking bug children. She usually gives her prey a chance to entertain her, but if they fail, she devours them. If not, they can live and get to stay with her, but none have succeeded thus far. Also, yeah, she, like, I think you can tell the image, she's not very short stacky. Toes, says Moopy. Toes. Special abilities. Claws. Although normal looking, the tips of her fingers end in long pointed nails, growing from deep within her hands. They may look like ordinary, albeit long, nails, but in reality, they are made of the same material as the bone of her armor and pokers. The pokers being like the bone-colored things she's got coming out of her, or like the red-colored things coming out of me. Fangs. Let's zoom in on her face. Let's zoom on this lychee face. So the whole thing with lychee is I made her specifically to be kind of gross-looking on purpose. Gross, but hot. That is the lychee character. Let me show you some more art of her. If I have it. This was a work in progress I never finished, but I actually really like how it had started to turn out. Like, that's some lychee right there. That's some lychee. I love lychee. She's so cool. With this one I actually experimented with different, like, brushes, which is why I never finished it, because it was a lot for me to try. Her outfit is this. This is her outfit. So it's kind of hard to parse maybe completely here, but this is what it looks like. It's like another bikini armor, because bikini armor is cool. But more buggy. And then here's the back of her armor. I love that she's got the spine thing. She's got the extra arms. I actually really am proud of how I drew her back. I think it's really cool looking. Yeah. I'm probably going to change how her boots look, though. Like, I have some ideas for how her boots are going to look. But where is the specific thing I'm looking for? There's a specific thing. Oh. Oh, let's see here. This one should be okay. Here's a good example of Lychee. So this outfit is not an outfit I'm sticking with for her, but it is one I put more work into. It's just a like more modern looking outfit, but you can see her hands and her pokers more clearly, and her face. This outfit, like I said, is gonna change. Like, this is not a canon outfit for her. It's just one I drew some years ago. I love Lychee. I love her. She's great. She's great. She means a lot to me. Okay, what else do I have? What else do I have? Oh, do I have a safe version of this drawing? Because I, like, love this drawing. I don't know if I have a safe version of it, though. Oh, do I? Is this safe? Can I put this on YouTube? Okay, I kind of can. Yeah, I'll put this on YouTube. There's a much spicier version of this drawing, but this is one of my favorite drawings of Lychee. I gave them both safety shirts for this one. Because I kind of had to, but this is one of my favorite drawings of Lychee. This other person here was a character someone wanted me to draw. This was actually a commission where someone wanted me to have Lychee kissing their character. And that's what this is. And, yeah. There is a lewd version of this that I can't show here. Where it says, damn! Fire Spidere says, ha, I can't kill that, cannot die. I can't kill that, that cannot die. I see what you mean. Spit takes. I told you, this is the safer work version. The lewd one is much more intense, okay? It's pretty heavy. But I can't show that. Yeah, but like, Lychee is great. I love Lychee. I should show my other Molly art too, since this is supposed to be like a full-on thing of all the characters. This is the safe version though. As safe as I could make it. It's a person that she's about to probably eat. Yeah, I'm trying to show. Oh, also, you know that quote where she says on the card, it says like, "There's nothing to worry about now. Soon pleasure will be all you know." That's from this drawing, because there's a version of it with a speech bubble that is not a safe for work version. Where's the safe version of this? Is there no safe version of this? I can probably show this one, but I'll have to make this an 18 plus stream if I do. Yeah, I can show this one, but I'll have to make this an 18 plus stream. Like, there's no bits there, but... Here, you know what? I'm gonna make this better, actually. I'm gonna make this a little bit safer. Just a sec. Just a sec. You can't see anything. That's okay. That's the point right now. Just a sec. I don't know how I can make this too safe, but I'm gonna try. Oh man, the curves are the best part though. I just want this to be visible because I love this artwork. Hey, loser! Take a sip. Thank you for the sweet name. You're so tasty. I'll take a sip. Welcome back, both Moopy and J Hill. I'm about to show a somewhat lewd image. And I'm just trying to find a safe way to do so. Just trying to find a safe way to do so. Okay, this is good enough. This is good enough. This is gonna be a lewd. So warning, lewd warning here. This is lewd. 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 Hang on. Lewd. Okay, lewd warning. Here we come. Here we go. Lewd warning. Prepare, everyone. Everyone prepare. Redeem sugar. I still don't have my Dexcom. I still can't do it. I'm sorry. So that redeem is still turned off because they still haven't given me my freaking Dexcom. I'm having to prick my finger all the time. That's why I had a blood sugar issue today. Okay. Lewd warning. Okay, there we go. See, it's not like, even if I get rid of the white bars, there's nothing showing, but it's like pretty lewd still, you know. This is the one that's on the card, but still. It's Lychee. The dumpy. Yeah, she's not a short stack. I think I did just draw her head a little bit larger than I meant to, is all. With this drawing. Okay. I like how... I think she has a very cool back with having the arms and stuff and the pokers. I like drawing that aspect of her. I don't know what she's doing with her hands. She's like adjusting her claws or something. Okay, do I have any other Lychees? I don't know that I do. That are safe. But I can show... Oh... Oh. Yeah, okay. Back to this one. I can show some of the Molly art, though. It's nice, don't get pissy, YouTube. I don't think they will. It was covered up. Stretch. 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 Okay. Moopy's going back to lurking. I thought you saying you got back from lurking. You're going back to lurking. I see. Okay. I thought these were always 18 plus streams. They are. What I mean is there's a setting that's like actually makes it so it restricts it to 18 plus, but also means I can't monetize it. YouTube's annoying. Yeah. Jail says, also another thing, I wish I knew how to send messages to people on here. I have something that I think Fire might like, but unsure how to send it. It's a YouTube channel. I think there is a way. I need to see Loot Sky. It is a thing. Loot Sky, it does exist. I need to get a website so I can post all my art there. That's what I want to do. I want a place where I can put like all my art in one place for people to see. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Back to reading the Lychee stuff. So we were in the middle of her abilities. I had just zoomed in on her face so you can see her mouth. Her mouth. So you can see her teethies, because her next thing is fangs in her special abilities. Lychee has 2 very sharp fangs alongside a set of even sharper teeth. These can be used for ripping, tearing, and grabbing flesh. However, she prefers to use them for excessive love biting. And then the music starts over. Pokers. Extending out of Lychee's back are 4 separate pokers made entirely of hardened bone. These pokers can extend or retract from her back. They come in quite handy when she is climbing, sticking to walls, or even going for a surprise attack. That's these things, as you can see. The hardened bone, which I also have the red parts on me. That's the hardened bone that I can also get rid of or can make them come back out. They just retract. Same thing for like my tail and her tail. See? Tail. Okay. What's the next part? Tail. Yeah, her tail. Her tail is actually rather similar to her pokers. However, the tail extends out from her spine and has a lot more intricacies. Like the pokers, it can also extend and retract from her body, and the tip of it can open up to swallow prey down into the tail, slowly moving them into Lychee's body. Kind of like Cell, if you're imagining that. Another lewd warning, Lychee was like, started off as a very explicitly vor character, so just so you know. What ends up being particularly useful, though, is the venom at the tip. Speaking of, her next special ability is her venom. The tip of Lychee's tail, as well as her fangs, hold a paralyzing venom. This venom renders her prey immobile, whilst also giving them an acute tingling and stinging feeling across the body. In this state, the prey will begin to sense all touch as a form of pleasure, especially that which would normally be recognized by the brain as pain. Kind of like a Hellraiser sort of thing. If Lychee pours an intense amount of this venom into the internal organs of her prey, their insides will begin to melt, allowing Lychee and her children to devour the prey from the inside out. She's terrifying. I love her. I love her. I love her. She's so scary. Give me more of the scary, beautiful bitches. Also, ooh, Vor. Oh, yeah, hell yeah, Vor. I didn't know. J-Hill, you like the Vor? Oh, hell yeah. J-Hill says, oh, I thought that was, for some reason I thought Fire Spidere was the one that said that message sending thing. I guess it was J-Hill. J-Hill says, F it, Fire Spidere, the channel called No Panic button, it shorts. Oh, you're talking to Fire Spidere. Okay. J-Hill also says, ooh, Vor. I think I mentioned I into Vor. You might have. I forget a lot of stuff. Okay, so species details. Lychee's particular branch of her species is extremely rare. By particular branch, I mean the fact that she's a Spidere who turned into a human form-shaped thing. In fact, she's genetically the only one in existence. Every child of her originating species grows into their very own individual branch based off of what they eat in their early life. However, they do all still hold some insect-like features in one way or another. Lychee in particular has pokers in her back that she can extend further out or into herself, as well as venomous tail that can do the same. She can also extend her jaw to swallow large prey with a poisonous bite, taking on the abilities of what she ate in her own early life. Lychee happened to consume a small camp of succubi. This allows her to be able to seduce her victims or arouse them almost automatically with an uncanny ability to read the desires of her prey. She also has very good hearing and extremely good vision, especially in the dark. Her strength is far more than what one would expect from just looking at her. She can climb on walls and create webs, as well as sting victims and even swallow them with her tail. Poison in her stinger will relax the victim's muscles and make them feel strangely good as she bites them to melt their organs and suck out or eat whole. If need be, however, she can also suck out the poison through a bite if she so wishes to keep them from dying, although she doesn't really do that. She can also autosexually birth bug younglings that have the ability to fly, or impregnate her victims so that they birth her young themselves. She keeps her children around to fight alongside her, keep her company when she's lonely, and especially to help her play with and devour prey. She often uses her body to nest her young. They enter through any orifice of hers to get inside. For example, some more tendril-like young live inside her torso. Torso and abdomen. If too lonely, she'll give birth to one to grow into a flying insect to keep her company. She's pretty freaky. Bug stuff. Also, I see you redeem Toxic. I will do that in just a second. Actually, I'll do that now. Oh, now we're also changing colors? Am I changing colors or am I being Toxic? Which do you want? You just redeemed both. They do different things. I'm assuming you want the Toxic one. Bisexual lighting. Did you want bisexual lighting? Is that what you wanted? Figured time for bisexual lighting, Pepper. Okay, we got bisexual lighting. Okay. So yeah, that's the pretty freaky stuff of Lychee. Will you be here tomorrow? Tomorrow is Thursday. I will not, actually. I'm not streaming tomorrow because I have plans to see some friends and hang out with Jody. Friday, I will be back, though, for more Bioshock 2. Okay, history. Lychee, like all of her species, was born as a normal-looking yet large spider. After a few weeks of life, her mother left her and all of her siblings to fend for themselves. Excuse me. Lychee decided to leave the cave in which her family lived and venture on her own. She soon came across a fisherman, unarmed and unaware, seeming to be lost in the woods. She caught up with him and injected him with her poison. This killed him slowly and allowed her to begin to devour him. He was over 5 times her size, so the meal took some time. But once she was done, she gained human-level intellect and consciousness. Her form changed from that of a spider to that of a human woman, yet still covered with a spider exoskeleton. Sometime later, she found a cave with a small group of unsuspecting succubi camping out at the entrance. She made a quick work of them as they slept. After this hefty meal, her form was finalized. Her exoskeleton mostly fell off and soft purple skin showed underneath. She had the perfect beauty of a succubus along with a few of her original insect features. In addition to this, her intellect grew once more, stacking upon itself and giving her above-average intelligence. Lychee took this deep cave as her home and used her discarded exoskeleton to carve into armor. After a long time of living life in this cave, spinning webs and filling her belly with prey, she decided to have some children of her own. First, she did so autosexually, creating small, unintelligent bug children from her own body and storing them in her stomach. Then she discovered the ability to create her young using the bodies of prey. Thus, in doing so for the first time, she had her first truly formed daughter through them. This daughter was like a small flying version of herself, and she helped Lychee catch and have fun with future prey. It was like a little fairy spider girl. Personality. Lychee is an intelligent girl who likes to talk, and so she does. With smooth mannerisms, she talks to her prey for hours on end. She is almost always cool and calm, yet also sadistic and smug with a dry sense of humor that gives off a rather unempathetic attitude. She spends most of her day scouring her cave or talking to her young. If she has prey, then she will spend days with them, experimenting with conversation, pleasure, and eating, in that order. She hates people who end up boring her. They won't last nearly as long as the more interesting ones. Her greatest weakness is her loneliness. She hates to admit it, but she dreams of finding someone who she can call a friend. Someone compelling enough to actually stay with her, rather than be eaten. But so far, none have been interesting enough to be left alive. However, she does sometimes dream of a strange pink girl who shows up from time to time. I think we know who that is. Like I said, there's a couple of crossovers this time, actually. I thought that's how it worked. We do the toxic, then color swap makes bisexual lighting. If it was actually color swap, it would be like this. But, you know, that works as a way to do it too. It's to unlock the secret ending of Pepper colors. So, relationships. While Lychee lacks empathy most of the time, there are those she cares about. First and foremost would be her first daughter, whom she spends half her time with. She loves taking care of her, holding her, and teaching her. As for the rest of her bug children, they're actually just disposable, according to her. She can make more of them whenever she wants, but her bug daughter is special and intelligent compared to the rest. The others don't have almost any intelligence, as they largely just listen to her hive mind or rely on their insect instinct. Therefore, she doesn't really care if they live or die. Sometimes, Lychee does come across very interesting prey, though. She'll keep them alive longer than the average victim, talking and pleasing, but none have been interesting enough to last longer than a week. That is, unless you count her mystery friend. The closest thing Lychee has ever had to a best friend is a strange pink-haired girl named Molly, who shows up randomly to her home. They talk for hours and hours on end. In the beginning, she was just eaten, like the rest, but somehow, a few weeks later, she walked right back into her cave again. So, after another nice long conversation, she ate her again. And, again, she came back. Lychee chalks up to maybe being an imaginary friend of hers that she just happened to conjure up somehow. But at this point, she isn't even sure if she believes that. So now, she has a best friend that comes over once or twice a month to give her company and chat for a few days. And Lychee loves it. Okay. Yes. What's the chat saying? Firesburst says, I seriously hate to see this, but I need to go, unfortunately. Got hit by a wave of exhaustion from nowhere. I'll hopefully be able to see you all in the next stream or so, not wanting to risk passing. Okay, yeah, I hope everything's okay. Are you okay? I hope. What do you mean passing? Are you okay? Hope you're okay. Hope you're okay. Hope you feel better. I'll see you later. Okay, so, interesting thing I want to point out. I don't know if anyone noticed. So I said there's a crossover stuff here. Oh, passing out. Okay. I was really concerned. You'll be able to message on Twitter. Awesome. Yay. Yeah, I was really concerned. So I don't know if you noticed, some interesting crossover lore earlier here that ties characters together. Let me just go read this paragraph again. Lychee in particular has pokers in her back that... Oh no, that's not this paragraph. Okay, this paragraph. Like all of her species, Lychee was born as a normal-looking yet large spider. After a few weeks of life, her mother left her and all of her siblings to fend for themselves. Lychee decided to leave the cave in which her family lived and venture on her own. She soon came across a fisherman, unarmed and unaware, seeming to be lost. She caught up with him and injected him with her poison. This killed him slowly and allowed her to begin to devour him. He was over 5 times her size, so the meal took some time. But once she was done, she gained human-level intellect and consciousness. Her form changed from that of a spider to that of a human woman, yet still covered with a spider exoskeleton. I just want you to pay attention to that paragraph. There's some interesting details in there, if you think about it. Interesting details if you think about it. Interesting details if you think about it. Hee. Okay. So there's an extra part, actually, of the Lychee character sheet. I want to give another content warning because it involves some pretty graphic detail of bugs. Because Lychee has really creepy creepy bug stuff going on. Creepy bug kids. J-Ho says, it's sad she murdered another character's father figure. Yeah, you figured it out. Good job. Nice. You did it. Yay! The information has been revealed! Yay! That's one other character who might not like Lychee so much if they ever meet. Okay. So yeah, content warning, about to talk pretty graphically about bugs. Lychee's bug children, this section is called, formerly called the Stiltay Young. That is their official name. They have many stages. Stage 0 is the larva state. A Stiltay Young's life begins when it is planted inside any orifice of the prey or even into Lychee herself. This is done by the Stage 3 Stiltay, or also by Lychee herself. Sometimes Lychee will plant the larva into her prey by kissing them and having a massive Stage 0 Stiltay exit her mouth and enter her prey's mouth. If already bitten or poked, Lychee's venom makes all this feel rather pleasant to the prey. Stage 1, Flare Bugs. Small, glowing tentacle-like Stiltay called flare bugs that hatched from the Stage 0 larva. They have Lychee's special trademark poker on one end and emit a noticeable glow from within their bodies. They typically live inside Lychee's torso, entering and exiting her body through the mammary ducts. They feed off of Lychee's milk made from nutrients created from the prey she eats. Stage 2, Maturity. After they're left to mature for some time, the Stage 1 young now look a lot more tentacle-like, with small mouth resembling a coy smile, some teeny tiny legs, and darkly colored underside, and a Lychee poker at one end. They also entirely lack eyes of any sort. Once matured fully into this state, they search for a place to metamorphosize. The Stage 2 Stiltay would normally crawl up inside any orifice of Lychee's to make a temporary home to do so. Whenever possible, Lychee likes to treat them and have them metamorphosize inside some of her prey, in the same way they normally would inside of Lychee herself. Interestingly enough, Lychee often still eats the prey anyways, even if the bugs are still inside. Half the time this does not harm them though, it just makes their metamorphosis last longer or makes it harder for them to escape once metamorphosis is complete. Remember, gross warning here. Wherever they do crawl though, they form visible masses underneath the skin. Usually several will go into one nesting place at a time, leading to them crawling all over and around one another inside the prey / Lychee. Stage 3, Adulthood. I don't know if you chat knew, I'm a spider girl. I have a fascination with bugs, especially with parasites. It's cool. Stage 3, Adulthood. The final stage of a Stiltay's life starts when they emerge from wherever they were metamorphosizing. They'll usually wiggle their way out in the form of a smooth, white, egg-looking sort of cocoon that slightly resembles the old Stage 2 form that they had. In Lychee's case, they'll wiggle out on their own with no assistance, but when inside Lychee's prey, they must be manually pushed out or pulled out of them. Once out, they will begin to hatch from the egg-like cocoon. They come up looking like a sort of spider/wasp hybrid with a few resemblances to their old Stage 2 form, such as a differently colored bottom and teeny legs that no longer have any use. They also have the ability to unfurl big wings from inside their exoskeleton, similar to how a ladybug would. These Stage 3 Stiltay will go on to deposit as many as 100 Stage 0 larvae that will soon enough hatch into Stage 1 Stiltay, and so on and so forth. No matter where the bugs hatch from though, they always consider Lychee their one true mother and queen, listening only to her. Lychee cannot directly control her children though, as they instead just do as she says without question. However, she can experience, see, and feel whatever they feel as she pleases, making them invaluable to her hunt for more prey. J-Ho says, she kind of reminds me of the Broodmother from Dragon Age Origins, but obviously better looking. Really cool. I don't know about that character, but if it's a character that's like this, I'll probably like her. I like bug ladies. Like, I'm thinking of, what's her face from, like, Mortal Kombat 10? Like, Mortal Kombat X? MKX? Thinking of, more simple bug characters will be, like, Vriska from Homestuck or Muffet from Undertale. I like them. They're spider girls. I'm sure there are other examples. I like bug characters. They're really fascinating to me. Anyways, that is the freakiness. That is Lychee. That is the freakiness of Lychee. The children of the awoken broodmother start as grubs, and in their final form, they more like humans with bug-like faces. Her children don't turn into like that. They're still like Lychee's young will still be bugs looking. It's just that they'll be like look at your arm, and then from fingertip to elbow tip. That's how big her stage. What is it? What's the last stage? Her stage 3 adulthood. Stilte will look. They will be that big. Bugs are cool. Hell yeah, they are. I just also worry a little bit talking about the Lychee stuff because I think it will probably freak people out because it is very bug detailed. Okay. So that is Lychee. If anyone has any questions about Lychee, that is her. We have now gotten through the Lychee character. One of my favorites, alongside Molly. Also, it was really fun writing the whole, like, Stilte aspect of it. Like, just being kind of, like, biological and writing, freaky biology stuff about characters or about a made-up species. I thought that was fun. I need to have a list of, like, made-up, animals or creatures that exist within, Monastery Lost. Like, we have the glowing fish, we have the Zyphids, which are the, like, I forget what they look like exactly. But they're also, like, a glowing fish-like thing. We have the frickin' Stilte. We have a lot of stuff. James is like, if they were just a little bigger, humanity would be screwed when it comes to bugs. A webtoon called Hive is a great example of that. Also just a good horror story in the first half. I will have to check that out. Thank you for the recommendation. I will check out something called Hive. Okay. So, next will be, Yvette. Let's mark off Lychee. Oh man, freaking the wrong thing again. Let's mark off Lychee. Also, I think I'm going to go do a bathroom break real quick. So everyone, if you want, go grab some snacks, go do all that stuff. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Also, J-House says, yeah, the one who killed Melina and MK by putting her young in her and letting them eat her face. Exactly. That's what Lychee can do. When I was talking about the Stilte lung being transported through the mouth, it was inspired by that, actually, literally. It's really cool. Okay, yeah, everyone go get some snacks. Go to the bathroom if you have to. We are doing a bathroom break. Go take a break. I'll be right back because I really have to use the toilet. I'll be back. Hello, snacks. This is the one I want. This is the break thing I want. Okay, I'll be right back. Hey, Lo, Snacks, I'm back. Okay, thank you for waiting. Okay, what's happening in chat? Pokemon, move, bring it down with the Chibi Spooder if we go off of alone. What? Breaks it down, hell yeah. Hell yeah, jamming with the Spidere. Oh, hello, John, Tori, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the content. Yes, I'm a VTuber. I'm a VTuber Spider Girl, talking about my characters and my world. Okay. So remember how I was feeling like in the beginning of the stream, I was kind of like talking about how I was filled with caffeine and also it was harder to read. I'm feeling better now. A whole liter of soda just exited my system upstairs. I'm feeling better now. What is this? You installed the wrong. I'm so sorry. Yeah, this is YouTube Pepper. This is PepTube. This is UPep. Youper PepTube. This is PepTube. Hi. I'm a VTuber. I usually play games, but today I'm talking about my lore and my characters. Look at all of them. Look at all these characters I have. Tomorrow's Bioshock Day. No, it isn't. Friday is. Tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow is no stream day. Friday is Bioshock. So you're telling me what? You're eating Skittles? I have M&Ms. I'll fight you. I have peanut butter M&Ms. I have peanut butter M&Ms. Tomorrow is free day and Friday is Bioshock. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so are there any characters here? Oh, wait, we're talking about Yvette next. That's right. I remember. You saved a copy of Lego Star Wars 2 to an SD card. Oh my god. Okay, we're talking about Yvette next. That is our next character. Oh, also, I wanted to show off a bunch of the other art of Molly. Okay, so as we know, we had, we had this one. We had this Molly earlier. I don't think I ever did a zoom in either. Here's the Molly. I love my Molly. Look at her. Look at this lovely gal. Also, my earrings on myself are similar to the Molly earrings, actually. This is my Molly. I love her. She's got them thick thighs and a mini skirt. Yeah, that's Molly for ya. That's Molly for ya. She chose those thick thighs, too. She chose to have the thighs that are thick. You have lore? I do have lore. That's what this whole stream's about. You tell me that you have... Yes. Okay, so this is the most current Molly drawing, but I do have a bunch of others that I also want to show. Let me make sure they're all safe. This one's not safe. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, I have so many Molly arts. Let me go through these. Okay. Okay, a bunch of Mollys just showed up. Here we go. This is a Molly. This was like the first very official drawing I ever did of Molly in like, I don't know, 2018 or so. Look at her. Look at this cute face. She was a lot more cheery and a lot less smug and planning to tease. She was a lot more just like normal cutesy back in the day. And she was definitely like a secret persona of mine that I didn't understand yet. And then there is this one where she's just kind of chilling. She's just kind of chilling. It was just a little sketch. Let me do this so I can exit out of it and then exit out of it. And we got this one, which was, I have an actual body pillow of Molly IRL, and this is the drawing that's on it. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, Molly. Yeah, make sure they are safe. I am making sure they are safe. This one's the closest lewd one we got, but it's still a good drawing. I like this one. I'm proud of it. And then there's this one. This is one of the early concepts of Molly when she had like longer hair. Let me double check this one, make sure it's safe. Okay, yeah, it's safe. Okay, and then we have this one, which is one I drew also several years ago. And it's not as good, I don't think, but it's alright. That's a bunch of the Mollys that are my drawings. But we also have more Molly. There's other versions. Like when I drew a reference sheet for Molly. Reference sheet. Because I was going to try to get like a 3D model. Which did end up happening, but it didn't really exactly look like this. But like this was... Though I did a T-pose and everything to make it nice and easy. Make it nice and easy. Yeah. There's our Molly. Our beauty. Molly Delani. Heck yeah. Okay. Now, there's some more. Let's see here. I had the 3D rendition of Molly, which ended up inspiring the current version of Molly. That's this version. This was made in a program called Vikatsu, which is... No, Vikatsu? I think it's called Vikatsu. No, Vikatsu? Is it Vikatsu? Hang on. Vikatsu. Is it Vikatsu? Yeah, Vikatsu. That's it. Program called Vikatsu. I just made Molly based off this, and I really liked how the hair looked, which inspired Molly's hair change to like this version here. But yeah, I think it's pretty cute. And then we have some art commission, or like art other people drew of Molly, which would be this one and this one. This one was drawn by the lovely Badams, who some of you might know from some of my other series. Badams drew this one, which is really cute, and I love it. It makes me happy. Thank you, Badams. And then there's this one, which was drawn by the same one that drew person that did the other Ama art, I believe. Yeah, it is. And I think this one turned out pretty nice too. Molly's looking cute. She's being cute. There we go. I think the newcomer is overloaded by the casual Pepper. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this person. Curse you, brain damage. You can draw. It's okay. It just takes time. I know that's like the thing everyone says, but it's possible. It's possible. Okay. So now we've looked at a bunch of Molly art. Okay, now we're going back to look at Yvette. Let's go look at Yvette. Oh, I have a couple of versions. Let me make sure I open the right stuff. I have to wait for all of them to load. There's two specific versions I'm going to show. Okay. There you go. So Yvette, this is the version you see here, right? Right there. It's Yvette. I'm pretty proud of this drawing, actually. I think it came out really nicely. And then we got... Whoa! Yvette going a little freaky. I'm looking forward to marine slime looking girl in the back. Marine slime looking girl. Marine slime looking girl. Marine... Oh, you mean this one? Yeah, I think a lot of people like Isla a lot. She's like a fan favorite. Her name's Isla. Jill says, but also Yvette is also cute, evil spirit. That is true. She's kind of cute, but she is definitely like just kind of pure evil. Let's take a closer look at the drawing. Oh, when I zoom in on the drawing, the trees look a little furry. Kind of nasty. Got some furry trees here. Yeah, Yvette looks a little unhappy. Because she kind of is. I'm proud of how this drawing came out, particularly with like the background, actually. So this is Yvette. I do believe I have a character thing for her. Let me make sure. I do. Okay. I will also send this one into, whoops. I'll send this one into the Discord server and into the chat if anyone wants to read along. Okay. Da, 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 da. Yvette. Oh, it does let me send it. Okay. I was worried the drawing would be too big. Ah, sweet. Okay. Yvette Nikoleva character sheet. Okay. Now I can send that to the Spidere decks. Sweet. Okay, and I will also send that to the not Discord. I already sent that to Discord. I'll send it to here in YouTube if you want to read along with the Yvette page. All right, so Yvette Nikoleva. I don't know how to pronounce the name. I wrote myself. I bet I can actually search this up because it was like based off of Russian. Nikoleva. Pronunciation. How to pronounce .com. Will you help me with my own name?
Nikolaeva.
Nikoleva.
Nikolaeva. Nikolaeva.
Her name is Yvette?
Nikolaeva.
There you go. Nikolaeva. That is Yvette. She is 115 years old. Her birthday is the 1st of Donum, month of forgiveness, 297 CEA. Otherwise known as October 8th. She is female and agender. Her pronouns are she, it. She is 5 feet tall, and her species is a mortal curse. She is born in Richthofen, Geinzolften. I think that's right. Currently located outside Richthofen, Geinzolften. Yeah. She is neutral evil. She's just straight up evil. Her ability class is Nidus. She is one of the more powerful, very powerful characters here. Description. Yvette is a curse that became so powerful it took physical form. Her desire in life is to control. She does so with her magic of hypnosis and possession, turning everyone she can into her undead servants. Through this, she spreads her influence as far as possible, hoping to someday control everyone and everything. Appearance. We can see the appearance right here. Special abilities. Special abilities. Influence. Yvette is always trying to spread her evil influence, hoping one day to control all. When she or one of her servants comes into contact with someone, they become at high risk in joining her army of hypnotized servants. Focusing too long on the eyes of one of her thralls will likely get one to join her numbers, willing or not. Despite being similar to her powers of possession, her influence isn't as strong, only allowing her to command her servants, but not control their every movement. Those that are enthralled become mostly mindless, unlike those who are possessed. Next ability is Control, which is the possession. If someone comes into contact with Yvette herself and looks into her own eyes, then she can possess them directly and control their every move. If they are hard to reach, however, then she may send a thrall to them directly to force influence, then command them to return to her so she may control them herself by forcing them to look in her eyes. Those that are possessed still keep all their skills and knowledge. This knowledge can be passed along to all the others she has possessed, as well as herself. So, if she possesses someone or like looks into their eyes up close, then she'll gain that person's memories and knowledge, which is very dangerous. So like, don't give her smart people or people who know secret things. There's bad. It's bad. She was based off somewhat of the Flood and also the Call of Duty zombies, I admit. Next power is telekinesis. She may also use the magical blue flames that come from her body. They are made of energy created from literal physical curse magic that can pick things up, throw them, hit them, etc. That is this. The two variations. Species details. Yvette is one of a kind, a curse made sentient. She is technically made up of blue energy infused with the magic of the curse that created her. She has general control over her form with size limitations, but her magical flames can stretch out very far from her solid form. She carries her book with her at all times, as well as her doll, it being the main source of her new realized form. Most of her magic comes from her energy as a curse. Using curses is her main form of attack besides her armies. But as her armies grow, so does her power. Okay, history. It is time for Yvette's history. Also, J Hill says, I need to start making the good punch so everyone can be taught or made to love best Spidere Pepper. Oh, I'm the best boober. I'm the best boober. Thank you. Yay. By the way, chat check. Who's here? Who's still here? Chat check. Who's still around? We're doing chat check. Okay, history. A family of 3, a father, mother, and daughter, traveled from their home in Spidere to the outskirts of a small, cold village in Geinsalften to try and learn more about magic. They rented a small cabin in the woods where they set up a place to study the arcane arts. Whilst there, the daughter of the couple went off on her own and came across an abandoned cottage, nearly completely fallen apart in the snow. It seemed to have lost a battle with a fire long ago, scorch marks covering it all over, and stains matting the inside walls. Here, the girl found a bunny doll with rips and tears in it. She tried to bring it home with her, but just moving it made it begin to fall apart even more. It seemed to disintegrate in her hands. It was very obviously made so fragile by fire and time. So she went home and looked through her parents' magical books for a spell to repair the doll. They were studiers of the arcane and collectors of magical artifacts. At the back of a shelf inside her parents' office, she found a very old book. It seemed refined, but the pages became darker and more torn as she swiped through the pages. That says pages twice. I'm going to change that. The pages became darker and more torn as she swiped through them. At the very end, she found some dark charcoal pages with rather uneven scribblings. They made next to no sense whatsoever. One barely legible scribbling seemed to be in an immortal fix spell. The girl tested it on one of her father's vials that she had accidentally broken earlier that day. A sharp cloud of dark mist followed out of the book and into the air. Some of it flowed into her mouth and some into the vial, while the rest dissipated into the air around her. She suddenly felt very tired and her body ached all over, but the vial was completely fixed and more durable than ever. Pretty much unbreakable. The girl could smell a strange burning smell around her that seemed to stay with her wherever she went after that. The spell seemed to work, though, and after being raised for so long with the strict rules and not being allowed to know anything about magic, she was ecstatic at the idea of experimenting more. She then had an excitement-fueled week of non-stop repairing and immortalizing things around the house, each time a new cloud of dark mist coming from the book and entering her, the item, and the air around her. And each time the air smelled more and more of burning. Finally, she managed to sneak out to the cabin again, but this time with the book. She used the spell on the bunny doll. Once again, a mist is expelled, but this time bigger than any of the previous ones. The previously dissipated mist formed up into the cloud as well, and an entire half of it flows into the doll, and the other half into the girl, instantly vaporizing her and killing her. The doll is completely restored, and so is the rundown cabin. All of the energy that had been collected inside the girl came together with the doll and gained physical form. The form of Yvette. Somewhat based off of the girl who had just been vaporized, but also very different. And this new girl was a curse, and she named herself Yvette. Personality. Extremely sadistic and very playful. She will giggle as she tosses you into a wall at 40 miles per hour. She will smile slyly as she crawls up to you to possess or hypnotize you, making sure you know you can do nothing about it. She can get angry once things, or can get easily angry once things don't go her way, and will fight to do anything and everything to try and make sure it does. And she doesn't currently have any relationships besides the bunny doll, if that counts. That is Yvette. She's a little freaky. She's a little freaky. There's always me. Well, thank you for being here, Jay Hill. Thank you for hanging around and watching. It does say I only have one viewer right now. I currently have a single person, and it is you. Thank you, Jay Hill. Okay, so that is all that there is with Yvette. She was based off of... You can see the doll here, actually. She was based off of Call of Duty Zombies, if anyone knows the story behind that. It was similar about a girl that kind of, like, controlled about a bunch of zombies. But in Yvette's case, it's, like, mindless servants. That she's kind of mind-controlling. It's also somewhat based off of The Flood with the whole hive mind thing. I think there was something else, too. What else did I get inspired by? I think it was a little bit of Evil Dead with the whole like book thing and like kind of creating life, being based off of the Necronomicon from Evil Dead. One of my favorite movie franchises. And yes, that is Yvette. Yvette or Yvette. That is her. That is her. Let's give her a check mark. Alright. So we have several more characters done now. And I don't think we're even halfway through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are like just about halfway through, basically. Who would we like to do next? Chat? Who do we want to do next? Any of these characters seem interesting, or do you want to redeem a card? Either way. We got Echo. We got Foxtrot. Go back up. There you go. We got Abiska. We got Adaret. We got me, which we kind of already did, actually. Then we got, card. David the Sweet's yummy. So tasty. We got Isla. We got Surmay. We got Hottie. We got Rio. We got Sylvia. We got Wendy. We got Sasha. And that's it. That's all we got left. But you redeemed a card, so let's do a card. That'll help us decide. That'll help us figure stuff out. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the card. Brum! There we go. It's Hottie. Hottie song. Hello, yay. Hottie song. Okay, Kitson Artist. Hottie is an artist who specializes in drawing and designing characters, as well as creating silly renditions of her friends. She is a sweet girl who likes conversation and adores a good competition. She will gladly join in on betting games against her friends, as long as it is all fair, of course. She even won her iconic Oh Whoa sweater from her friend Abiska. Have you seen my Bowobes tower? She says. Okay, let's get a picture of her. So she has some interesting history, not in terms of in-universe, but actually out of universe, and her like behind-the-scenes stuff. There you go. There's Hottie. Hottie Sung is her full name. There's some lore behind that, of course, as you might be able to tell. Let's take firstly a close look up at her. There she is. She's got very frizzy hair. She's a Neko. She's a cutie. There she is. It's Hottie Sung. Okay, so I have some lore for Hottie Sung, but not in-universe, kind of out-of-universe, like I was saying. So Hottie, I should actually write that on the screen in case anyone wants to see it. Hottie Sung. Hottie Sung. Why is it... I want you to be white. There we go. Honestly, it actually should probably be black this time, just so it's easier to read. Hottie Sung. Okay, so the lore behind this, kind of interesting. So, years ago, before I transitioned, when I was in Harrison form, I got fan art of a gender-bent version of me. Gender-bent as in someone drawing boy Harrison as a girl, cat girl. And that art was called Harry-chan, or Hari-chan. And it became somewhat of a meme on my channel back in the day. This was also like 2018, so like 6 or so years ago. And once again, me being a trans person who didn't quite like know I was trans yet, you know, it ended up causing a lot of curiosity in my brain. I felt very attached to the character. Someone designing me as a woman, you know, still egg. Yes, there you go. That makes it. That's it. I was still egg. The egg years. That's what I should call it. The egg years. Hair egg, Eggison. Maybe I'll call that Eggison. And so someone drew that character. It was fan art, and I got really attached to it. And so I started drawing the character Hari-chan all the time. Sometimes there was a joke made that was like, there was such a missed opportunity to call the character Hari-chan instead of Hari-san, because Harrison, you know, that whole thing, like, it could have been that. But the fan art happened, I drew a bunch of different variations, and there was some weird stuff that ended up happening. So you know how I draw lewd artwork. There was a bit of a disagreement in terms of something that happened that was a whole thing. I drew my character, or my character, it wasn't really my character, it was this person's fan art of me. And I drew this fan art of me in a lewd manner, and that person didn't really like that it was used that way. And so from then on, I didn't use the character anymore. But after some years, I decided I really miss that whole thing, because it was really important to me at the time, being like one of my early egg things to help me realize my identity. And so I brought the character back, but in a different way. I kind of did like one would say, a soft reboot of the character, to make it more so my own, so I can kind of do my own stuff with it, rather than it being that person's character. So like, if you were to say that person did fan art of me, I did fan art of the fan art of me, if that makes sense. If they made their character inspired by me, I made my character inspired by the inspiration of me. And that is who Hari-san is. And I will show some of those old drawings as well, I think. I'm not going to show any of their drawings, because like I said, that's their stuff. I don't want to mess with that, since I've separated it from that. But I'm going to show some of my own art from that time of that version of the character. This was the fan art I had of that version of the character. As you can see, it's quite different. We're like green pants and had O on the shirt in a very different way. Quite a different design. Well, it's the same general idea. This is one of my first drawings of Hari-chan, though. And then here's like the pencil version of that same drawing, which honestly I think kind of looks better. And I drew other versions, like this one, which I actually quite like this one. I drew this, and I drew this. This one you might actually recognize from my ASMR stream I did a few weeks ago, because I just recolored it and then used it as the little thing that said U on it. It was like the representation of you. I like the Uffies. I guess that's what that was, huh? Uppies. Oh, that's cute. But then, like I said, this character changed. So this drawing now is where we get into like the background of this. I drew this drawing here. This was kind of my own reinterpretation of the character at the time, where the OO is now just like on the skin there. And it's quite a different look. It's more of like a mama. It's more of like a mama dama sort of look here. And honestly, I still quite like this art. But this is the art that created the like issue, because I had a lewd version of this where it was just the same drawing without the clothes. And that person didn't really like that, and so I decided I wasn't gonna draw Hari-chan anymore. So this is the last drawing of Hari-chan. And then here's the first drawing of Hari-sung, which is the reinvention of the character. So you can actually see the full timeline of this character. This one, to this one, to that, to that, to that, to this, to this. That is the whole timeline of how the character evolved. And I feel like it was a little weird because of the whole thing where they didn't want me to draw the character in a lewd way. And honestly, I don't plan to ever again anyways, like even with this version. But I also, like when it is fan art of me, I feel like I can kind of do stuff with it if I want to. But I do get where that's also coming from. And so this is now my own reclaimed version of the same character that is now its own different character. With a little bit of a different art style, a different aesthetic. A little more medieval fantasy also. There were some other drawings of this character though by other people that were not the original artist who did the fan art. And I'm going to show those as well because they're pretty cute. Yeah, okay, it's these ones. There's this one, which is funny. Classic. I should get I should take this and recolor it to look like me. Like the new coloration. I don't know if I can do that. You guys want to watch me do a little mini Photoshop? Hang on, let me open up a Pepper. Let me open up a Pepper. I'm opening up a Pepper. Look, it's some of my concept art. Look at how it's different. It's some of the Pepper concept art from the early times. Okay. Where is it? Is it this one? I'm just using it to grab some colors. Meow. Ooh, Pepper. I'm the Pepper. I just wanna... I'm changing it. This one was drawn by Badams also. It was just drawn over that template that everyone might know of. There was like a meme template at the time. Okay. And then my skin color is pretty pale. Oh, that's not right. That just looked like the same color as the hair. And then I do this to the ears as well. I'm making a new Pepper. I'm bringing this back to the meme. I'll have to change the text to angry spooter noises. But this will be nice. Oh. And then I need the blue. I need the blue for the under of the ears part. Oh, that just fits the same color as the background almost. Cute artwork, and I'm just refilling it in. And then I like the eyes in my concept art. I think they look elegant. I'm gonna make the whites of this. Oh no. Too much. That's not right. That's not the right color. For this for the face, it's for the this part. Uh-huh. Good enough. And over here too. Uh-huh. You guys getting to watch me Photoshop live. I hope you enjoy. Very crudely Photoshopping it too. Because I don't give a frick. Live Photoshopping time with the Pepper. And I take this part with the blue. And I do that. And then that. Oh, I mean, I have to change that part to gray too, don't I? And also up here. Maybe I'll provide this to people if anyone wants to use this. I need to make more emotes and stuff. I don't really have any emotes. But that costs money. And I don't really want to draw the emotes myself because I'm not as good at the chibi artwork. How are my snacks doing? Does chat like it when I call them my snacks? Oh, some of the hair didn't get through all the way. Taking a little break to do this part, huh? This part of the stream. Which is fun. Oh, this is so crude. But it works. It works all the same. Meh. And then I go back to the hair because there's still some yellow in it. And I go meh. And I go meh. There we go. I love that meme. Hell yeah. Now it'll say angry scooter noises. Okay. Then there's this one, which I actually also really like. This one's really cute. It's really cute freaking art of Hottie. Of Hottie. Look at this. This is adorable. This one. Also traced by Bottoms. Thank you, Bottoms. And this one, which is drawn by Laura, which is pretty cool looking. Pretty freaky. I think it was like supposed to be like werewolf or something like that. Werewolf, cat, Peppa. And so if everyone may have heard the quote with the character being the Bowobes Tower. I wonder if I have that in here. Do I have the Bowobes Tower anywhere? Oh, I don't have the Bowobes Tower. Okay, the Bowobes Tower was a meme where I cut out the boobs that say Owos, and I jokingly called them Bowobes. And then I just had an image of that one, and then I had an image of these Bowobes, and I had an image of these Bowobes. Had an image of all the Bowobes, and put them together like on top of each other so it looked like a tower. It was a tower of Bowobes, the Bowobes Tower. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this stream as a puddle of goo from humidity. Is it humid? I'm sorry. It's kind of humid here too, actually. It's nighttime. It's nighttime. It is 9:30 for me. Yeah, can you hear the bugs outside? Or not the bugs, the frogs. The frogs that are chirping. So, yeah, Hottie doesn't actually have really much in-universe lore. We'll get to a character, Abiska, later. I think Hottie was a character that might have been one of the ones that takes care of Abiska. We'll get to that when we get to Abiska. When we get to her, that will be an example for that. I'm gonna slide this over here. Okay, but that is Hottie. Whoa. That is Hottie. Okay. Yeah, the night sounds are from your end. Do you want me to shut my window? Because I can make it so you don't hear them. I'm okay with that. I never minded it because it seemed kind of like aesthetic, but if you guys don't want to hear it, I can get rid of it. Not at all? Okay, then we'll keep it. Okay, which character are we doing next? We can also at some point, if we want, save this for other stream. We have like a part 3. Because there's so many. We are like halfway through. And the stream has been 3 hours. But also, like, not all of them have, like, a lot of lore anyways. Marine slime? You mean this one, right? This is the one I think you mean? Just for confirmation. Yeah, her. Okay. We can do her. Her name is Isla. Let's see. Isla. Oh. Oh. Making sure I can find the right image of Isla. Here we go. Isla. There we go. It's Isla. Here's the full Isla in all her glory. Resist the obvious joke. What's the obvious joke? I don't know what it is. Now you have to say it. Now you have to do it because I don't know what it is. This is Isla. Okay. Let me get some of her information up. I don't have a page for her yet, so you guys won't be able to read along with me. I am so sorry. I love you. Ha ha. I love you. Ha ha is funny. Thank you for the humor. So, her name is... It's going to be the wrong color again, isn't it? Her name is Isla Tentacli. Isla Tentacli, because tentacles. Isla Tentacli. This is her. Let me read some of the information. So, Isla is 30. Her birthday is July 2nd, which I don't currently have the translation for in terms of Monastery Lost, the imperial calendar. She is gender fluid, but usually does stick to she, her pronouns. I'm thinking of adding more to that. I'm not sure yet. Maybe she, they. Excuse me. Stretching. She is 6'9". She's very tall, as you can also see in the Everyone wallpaper. She's pretty tall. She is 6'9". She's huge. She is huge. I should bring up the height thing as well. Oh, also, let me make sure this is correct. She can change her skin a little bit like an octopus. So she can go to this if she ever wants to. If she wants to, like, invert her colors a bit. Yeah. Which is pretty cool. She can change it up if she wants to. Yeah, okay. So let's see here. I want to bring up the height thing. Where is my height page? Here we go. Height chart. This is the height of all the characters. As you can see here, Isla is the tallest of all of them so far. She is almost as tall as the height chart itself. She's a tall girl. Okay. I'm gonna put that over here as well. Okay. Yep. Let's keep reading the information. Her species is Gylax. She is from the Talmrich Ocean in Realm X, which is just Monastery Lost. She's true neutral. I think I have a thing written about her species, about the Gylax. Gylax. Okay. Yes, here is a description of the Gylax. The Gylax are a very independent, seafaring people living in the oceans across Monastery Lost, and by seafaring we mean under the water. Each individual goes off to live on their own merely weeks after birth. They spend their time eating and exploring. They eat big fish, sharks, and humanoids mostly. Sometimes they sneak aboard a ship at night and take someone, and sometimes they find someone alongside a beach. Gylax spend very little time out of the water, and even less time around other conscious-minded creatures. But some like to immerse themselves in the culture of land dwellers and see what life can be like above water. They can breathe both water and air, but while still being able to swim in it, it is harder for them to breathe in fresh water. They come in many shapes and sizes, but are usually quite tall and either plump or built. As in, like, they'll be, like, plump and squishy like this, or they'll be, like, pretty muscular and tough. It'll be either way. Tentacles extend from various parts of their body, especially their head, as you can see here. Let's do a good zoom in. Let's do a good zoom in on Isla. All Gylax also happen to be intersex and born with both male and female reproductive organs. As for pronouns and presentation, it can differ between individuals, but most often they present genderless. They tend to stray away from wearing clothes and armor as they don't often fit their body well, but their thick, blubbery flesh is a good stand-in when it comes to being armored. That, in addition to their colorful spots and designs covering their bodies, gives them a very vibrant and bubbly sort of look. All Gylax have large slits going up their abdomen, as you can see with her tum-tum there. These slits are able to open up and expose their insides. Using their tentacles, they can grab prey and pull them inside to be eaten. Their tentacles also prove to be very useful in normal battle as well. And this is Isla. This is her. There was also a very special art I have of Isla that someone else drew for me. Let's see. Where would it be? might not be in here. I might have to send it to myself. Hang on. Hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. I will find it. I really like the species. Heck yeah, thank you. I'm really glad you do. Okay, so someone once drew me a picture of Isla that I have, and I'm going to put on screen as well. Okay, there we go. So someone else drew Isla for me once, and it's a lovely drawing. And it is this one. There you go. Also Isla. There she is. I like how this one that this other person did made the tentacles a little bit more obvious in theirs, which is, I think, really pretty. She's a cutie. She's fun. Here she is. J-Ho says, I like this species. I really like this species. Hell yeah. Moopies, ooh, tall girls. Heck yeah. So yeah, this art is not done by me. It's done by whatever this watermark is here that is, I think, also katakana, which I can't read as well. I can read hiragana. Okay. So... the notes I have on Isla, they are not a full character sheet. They are just like template notes. So these aren't fully fleshed out, but I will read them anyways. Just know that they are subject to change. So species details, besides the one I just read you, Gylax are a type of humanoid tentacle-covered fish person, usually covered in bright sea-like colors. Has tentacles for hair, primary focus is feeding, likes large fish and humans, or even other Gylax, sometimes. Isla, as is with all of her species, can open up her belly for the storage of food. This allows them to go very far, or for a very long time, without eating. So kind of like a hibernation sort of thing, while still moving, though. All Gylax also have both male and female sexual organs. We already talked about that. And can choose to exercise or grow either sex's genitalia as they please. Also, this means they can mate with any other Gylax when it comes to reproduction. Okay, so history of Isla. So most Gylax are on their own from an early age, as we'd said earlier, but Isla was raised by her mother for a very long time and even is still in contact with her. Her mom taught her how to be polite and kind, like the humans that they would meet, and that humans are friends, but also food. Humans are friends, but also food. So Isla ended up being a very kind girl who enjoys both the friendship and the taste of humans. She even began providing people with transportation through the waters and the oceans. She'd allow them to take refuge in her stomach, and she'd keep them safe and cross the ocean to deposit them, and let them free. It's a lot safer and quicker than taking a boat, but of course comes with the risk that Isla might just eat you instead. If she were to do so, though, she'd make sure her visitor prey has an amazingly good time before the digestion begins, usually with just, like, being really friendly. She kind of feels really bad about eating people. She'd be like, I'm so sorry, but I'm, like, really hungry. I'm really hungry. I'm sorry. She'd probably be like that. When not transporting people, she takes refuge in a fleshy underwater home. This home, too, provides a way for her to capture prey. It looks like a comfortable cave to hide within, and many fish and ocean humanoids will enter it only to be trapped inside for Isla to take care of later. As well as a place to capture prey, she also lives here and can even grab and transport the fleshy mass as she travels. Personality: Isla is rather kind and always feels bad for eating people, so she always makes sure to be polite to them and apologizes before eating them. She isn't really shy or anything, but she does have a bit of trouble conversating, despite how much she likes meeting and talking with others. She's really just a bubbly sweetheart that may or may not eat you if she's hungry. Jill says, I actually do like the species of their design. Reminds me of Sasha, who I probably talked about previously. Well, that tentacle part of her tentacle spider slime moniker. That's cool. Also, I have a character named Sasha, which we can get to at some point too if you like. But yeah, that's Isla for you. Isla Tentacli. Cause tentacles. I am thinking about changing up her like foot design because like I got some criticisms back when I first designed her that those feet wouldn't work well underwater, which valid, true, but also looks cool. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, but yeah, she's like a fan favorite design wise. She's probably the most or the least human looking one I've drawn. Her tail looks squishy. My mind says nibble on it. It is squishy. Her skin is very like blubbery, so like if you were to poke her, there would be a very big squish. It would squish far into her. There'd be a deep squish if you were to poke your finger on her or try to bite. Her skin is also like soft. This is gonna sound silly, but like soft and rough, if that makes sense. It's like smooth, but can be rough if you pet it like in the opposite direction or something like that. Cause it's fish skin. Yeah. Look how sweet she is. What a cutie. What a cutie. Okay. So cat tongue, basically. Her skin's kind of like a cat tongue, sure. Like if you pet it in one direction, it's really nice and smooth and soft. If you pet it in the other direction, then it's rough. Like a freshly shaven beard. Okay. That is Isla. She doesn't have much story, honestly. She just likes, oh man, freaking the colors. She will transport people across the oceans. So she's, I don't think I finished the card of her, but her card is that she's like a ferryman or a ferrywoman, who will take people in her tum-tum and then bring them across places. And since it takes her a while to digest things, if she so chooses, she can do that pretty safely. And then she also lives in a flesh home, which I have actually drawn. Kind of. It was the background of a different artwork. An artwork that I cannot show you because it has lewd. It's pretty lewd, actually. I'm hiding that just so in case I accidentally opened the pretty lewd thing. This is where she lives. This is her home. This is her flesh home. Or at least the background. This is like a wall of her flesh home. I don't know if it should be this color though, or if I should change it to be like purpley or bluey or something like that. Or like green. I don't know. Maybe this. Maybe like a pinkish thing sort of thing. Maybe like a turquoise. Oh, that's kind of cool looking actually. If it's like this. That kind of works. What if her home was this color? Anyways, yeah. This is her home. Okay. What character would we like to do next? The biggest giveaway of your vor fetish? Maybe a little bit. Shut up. Also, have you noticed when you type vor, an emoji pops up on screen? An emoji of a lychee just being a little smug looking at the camera. Which character would we like to do next? We got Echo. We got Foxtrot. We got Abisca. We got Adoret. We got Surmay. We got Rio. We got Sylvia. We got Sasha. And we got Wendy. All these characters to choose from. Who do you want next? You will slam the camera into Foxtrot's tits. My bad. My bad. Foxtrot is actually another like fan favorite. People really like Foxtrot's design. I honestly don't know what it is with it either, but people really like her design. Any thoughts, anybody in chat? Any thoughts? We can also end it here too if we want to talk about this in another stream. She almost has a Ruby vibe. Might be it. But Foxtrot does? Interesting. I guess I can kind of see that. Do we want to talk about Foxtrot next? Maybe we can talk about Foxtrot. We'll do some Foxtrot. Foxtrot. Okay. Fingers with her tits. Let's go Foxtrot. Okay. We'll talk about Foxtrot. Here she is. It's Foxtrot. Okay, so this one also has more some like extra behind the scenes lore. So Foxtrot came about because some years ago I had an art what do I call it? I don't know what we call it. An art raffle, kinda. I had a special art event where I asked people to design a character based off of my channel at the time. My channel at the time was themed a lot more around the colors red, white, and black instead of like pink, white, and blue. It's like my logo, if we take a look at my logo. So like, let's see. The old version of my logo was like very red, looked like this. And so the idea was like to take this and the vibes of the channel at the time, some years ago before transition, and make a character out of it. And several people did, and then I chose the winner design and made that character canon to my universe. And here is this character. The original design was made by someone named Human, who is great, one of my friends. I will show that drawing as well. This is Human's design of the character, which honestly is better than mine. Human did a better job with it than I did. As in, like I like how her legs are a little thick, while in my version, her legs just became really skinny for some reason, which I didn't mean to do. I wonder if there's, like, can I just, like, liquefy that to be better? I don't know if you can see this window. Probably, no, you can't see this window. Can I just, like, liquefy? Kind of liquefy her into a better version? Into better legs? I might be able to. Oh, you know, this might actually work. Is this how I finally get the new version of Foxtrot? Although it's kind of messing up the sword a bit. This might be something I have to work on later. No one can see this right now, but I'm working on it. There you go. Thicker legs, like in the original drawing. Thicker legs. Instead of skinny bone legs. Thicker legs. What's happening to your legs? Like, in this version, it almost looks like she has robot legs. When it's supposed to be armor. But, like, because I do a lot of Halo on my channel, and I still do, she has some, like, Halo-esque designs with, like, the boots and all that. Also the background I designed. The background I drew I drew all this myself, but the character was designed by Human. The background I just drew, like, one of the Halo maps. It's like that part of I guess I used it as inspiration, that Valhalla, one of the bases in Valhalla. She has very long legs. I just realized I like to draw characters with long legs. That's just a me thing. They like twice the size of the rest of her. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's true. I like making characters with long legs. It's my thing. It's one of my things. But yeah, so that is how she came about. There are a bunch of other characters that were submitted for the art contest as well that I'm honestly considering canonizing also, because they're all really good. Also, I've been wanting to for a while now do another art contest like this, where I hold a contest where people can draw characters based off of the channel, and then I will draw them and make them part of the universe and add them to the wallpaper. But But yeah, this is Foxtrot. I don't think I have a full character sheet of her. But I do have... I do have, like, a template thing. But let's see, though. Oh, I do have a full... Never mind, I do have a full thing. Perfect. I will send this into the server. Okay. Foxtrot. Character sheet. And I'll upload an image and I'll send it in here as well. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. I'll gladly draw and add neither ammo Chan to the world. Ah. Okay, there's the Foxtrot link in the chat. And you know what's really funny about that, actually, though? Actually, genuinely, what's really funny about that, actually, genuinely, is some of the inspiration for Lychee, at least the armor I want to make for her, is this. Look at this. It already exists. Someone already made Needler-chan. Genuinely, literally. It's already real. Made by that person. There's the credit right there. But, like, it's already real. But for the Lychee armor, I just really like the leg design here. With the kind of, like, feet and the bionic part poking out. So I kind of want to make Lychee have, like, those sort of armor legs. I love her expression here. She looks like she's going to kill me, and I like it. That's the creator of Earth-chan, is it? Oh my gosh. They did a Halo... I love it. I didn't know there was, like, a singular creator of Earth-chan. I don't know, I just found this art, like, years ago and thought it was really cool. Okay, anyways, back to Foxtrot. Okay. Foxtrot. Real name redacted. Oh. Basic details. Age, 29. Birthday, 3rd of Boyle. Month of Pain. 383 CEA, which is August 15th. Gender, female, pronouns she, her. She is 6 feet tall, and she is a human. She was born in Haxton in the continent Claremont, and she's currently located at Haxton, Claremont. She is lawful good, and her ability class is Goss. I honestly might change her ability class to Lecter, which I think she's pretty tough with that big sword of hers. Description. Foxtrot is a warrior, agent, and strategist of the Haxton military base in the continent of Claremont. She loves battle and aspires to be a great warrior. She is often found reading about legendary heroes. Every time she meets a warrior better than her, she instantly becomes fascinated and will try to learn from them. She admires great warriors with great trust, wanting to become the best she can be. Appearance, as you can see here, that's her appearance. Special abilities, dual wield. Foxtrot carries 2 melee swords, thin black blades that can be swung around with little weight, which you can actually see here. Is the illustration of them. The big blade can come apart into 2 blades. Combined, transformed, and then them as 2 separate blades. She also has a helmet, which I actually haven't drawn, but maybe that should be a thing too. I should redraw Foxtrot. People really like this drawing and this design, but, like, honestly, I don't think I did, like... I didn't do Human's design honor, I don't think. Human design drew this in a way that's, like, really, really nicely characterized and all that, and I think I should redesign... I should, not redesign, but redraw this version to fit this better. Problem was, is I was drawing this at, like, 3 a.m. one day. I remember it. I remember it pretty clearly, actually. Yeah. Okay. So, another ability, Geyser. The swords can also mechanically combine into one heavier greatsword. Another special ability being Swazer Blast. By tapping the base of the sword, Foxtrot activates the 3rd phase. When activated, the blade of the sword splits in the middle, opening up space for the core contained within the hilt of the sword to release. This sends a glowing green energy through the hilt and up towards the end of the sword, creating a glowing center beam that can shoot from the blade. Which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Species details. Being a human, she doesn't have much in terms of unexpected monsterly details, but she is surprisingly smart when it comes down to it. She works well under pressure and knows how to deal with stressful situations and can make tough decisions when needed. J-Ho says, yeah, he made the original image for Earth Day one year. That's fun. And then also J-Ho says, also, in something interesting, is there a children book series about Earth-chan called Earth-chan and Friends? BS Apricot never did anything to claim her, so she just is a public space own type thing. That's cool. I like Creative Commons sort of stuff like that. That's fun. J-Ho says, it's the Master Sword from Wind Waker. Is it? I don't know how that works. I don't know. I haven't played Wind Waker. History. Foxtrot grew up in the small military town of Haxton under her real name. From a young age, she was fascinated by the military presence that surrounded her. She aspired to be what she considered them to be strong and to be a hero. Her parents loved her dearly. As soon as she could, she joined the force and gained the codename Foxtrot. She was instantly in love with it and got rid of nearly every trace of her birth name that she could in order to replace it. This didn't stop her from loving Uncle Himbri from Actually, hang on. So I wrote here that she got rid of her birth name herself. I'm wondering if I should make it that the military themselves remove their soldiers personhood a bit, because Claremont is also not a great place, especially with how they are militaristically. I wonder if it'd be more interesting if they removed her birth name themselves, and it's not they're not allowed to use their birth name. They have to use only their code names instead of her choosing to do that. We'll see. So this didn't stop her loving Uncle Himbri from calling her Lil Orange due to her fiery red hair. She spent the next decade and a half training under him and studying to be a warrior. She's even been to many battles. Through these, the workers at the base were able to acquire special technology from the ancient human ships, which were used to create her armor and the special sword that she never parts with. Someday she hopes to be able to go on top-level missions that her military higher-ups could go on. But that's a long way away. Personality. Foxtrot is a strong and optimistic soul. She's always looking up in life and ends up being quite excitable and personable. She'll always enjoy a boastful conversation or a quick chat. It's hard to make her upset, even in the heat of battle. She'll be grinning to the end. Although that could be due to the reason that she loves to fight. She loves a good fight. Relationships. Foxtrot has been long attached to her family growing up. She's now also rather close to her caring Uncle Himbri, working under him in the military and being trained by him for most of her adult life. He's one of the closest people to her, and she loves him tons. In Wind Waker, the final upgrade for the sword gave it a beam that came from the center of it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's Foxtrot for ya. That's her stuff. I should just redraw her, honestly. I think I want to do more honor to this, her original aesthetic. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we have next. Foxtrot right there. Oh, that's a big check mark. A big check mark. There we go. That's good. Okay. What next, chat? What next, snacks? What next, snacks? How many do we have left? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left. I wonder if I should end it today and then do a part 3. How many have we done today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've done 9 today. So honestly, yeah, we could do a part 3 and it'll be probably as long as this part. Continuing more of the character lore. Yeah, I was gonna say let's finish this off next time. Okay, let's do that then. So, thank you very so much for watching. Y'all wonderful, beautiful people. I love you so much. This was fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed learning about my caricatures. Um, love you, pie. Was pie? What talking about pie? Where's pie? Is pie here in the chat? Why are you listening to me? I'm sorry. You feel too much power. Well, I don't know. It's just like it's a whole thing. It's just a conversation between chat and freaking Pepper. It's like a, isn't that what these streams are? It's like a back and forth. It's a conversation. Isn't that the whole thing? That's not too much power. That's us agreeing on something. Moopy says Pepper. I mean, whoops, it's a habit. Okay. Well, love you too, Moopy. The Moopster, Princess Moopunzel, Moopunzel Princess. So yeah, you're all one for the week. I love you so much. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a member. Oh, also, Snacks, I want to ask, before we go, I need you to choose your favorite character that we talked about today. Who was your favorite? Who was the most interesting to you? Who was the most interesting to you? Who's your favorite character? I need to know. I can also get rid of this so you guys can see them more clearly. We have to think of it for a while. Okay. Okay. I'm not allowed to say Vorse. What do you mean you're not allowed to say it? You just said it. Do you mean Isla? Okay, let's see here. Yes, okay. I'm not allowed to say Vor, so tentacle. You just said there's two things. You said Vor anyways, and you also that's you didn't say the character's name. But I guess that would make sense if you don't remember it. This has been the first time you've really known about them. Okay, so if you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a member. If you do, get special benefits like emotes, badges, shoutouts, and even the possibility of joining me in streams or in my Minecraft realm. It means a lot to me if you do. It helps me get places. Because I am almost impossible to remember names due to the brain damage. It takes me a while to memorize names. Same here. Names are extremely difficult for me. I cannot do names. So, like, I am not going to fault you there. Not going to fault you at all. I guess the confusion more was that there are several characters with tentacles. But, like, I got it, though. It's okay. I remember your name as it's not a name of a food. That also your name. My name is a food. It's Pepper. Think of Isla as Island, because that's where her name came from. I just thought Island because she's a fish person. Her name is literally Island Tentacle. Isla Tentacli. Okay. Let me take a look at my members so I can give proper shout outs. You like the fun size one, Ama? Yay! I'm glad you like Ama. Okay, so thank you to all my tier 1 grubs, Q Squid, Archer Amia, Dylan Mole, Zach, Aiden Doherty, T-Play Games, Lurking Turnip, Jester247, Just a Cannon, Mike, Andrew Walker, Commando747, Bradley Percy, Mercury Moss, Alfian Fami, Naster, Lulu, Shane Omax, Sasha Berg, Karkin80, Lisu, Sebastian, Timeless Tales, Silly Goofy Goober, Spooker Fun Channel, Crash Tease, Grim, Babyota1212, Bingo Chan, Tyler Seymour, Jody, Jade, Larkern, S Blade, Brandon Gregg, Gray Fox, Neftis, Jay, Little Chalice, Beto1609, Candy Shimada, Bon Today, Werewolf Game, Pixel, Sonic Hedgehog 34, Bill Cypher the Dream Demon, Effect VR, Yato-kun, Shiny Warrior Wolf, Yagamel Clickstrobe, Autumn Mayfield, Matt, Orange, Tranjack, Rendon Tisanius, Kraken Zito, Captain Fire Switter, and Firelord Turtle Duck. Most of those because of you, Jay Hill. Thank you so much. From now on, that Zach is other Zach. Or better yet, our Zach is other Zach. Yeah. Okay, and also thank you to my tier 2 treats, Jay Hill and Pi. Thank you so, so much. And also, of course, my tier 3 full-time me, Moopy-kun. Thank you so much for the support. It means the world to me. So if you'd like to support in other ways, consider donating through Super Chats or through Streamlabs donations. They also help greatly, and they're very much so appreciated. Besides that, check out my Discord server in the description below, or my Blue Sky also in the description below. You can find more about all the characters in my Discord, because that's where I'm posting this stuff. Yeah, that's pretty neat. James, I'll be tier 3 one day, but only when I'm ready, but it's coming. Okay. Well, thank you. It'll be exciting to see it. Are you in my Discord server, by the way, J Hill? I don't remember. Are you in my Discord server? It's okay if you're not. I'm just making sure because I have to. Everyone who has different membership tiers in on my channel have different. They get special roles in my Discord, and I just don't remember. Not yet. My PFP is a bit lewd. Okay. Movie says, "Ooh, I'll be ready for that day, Jay. That day, Jay." Hee How lewd is a bit lewd? Because if it's like if stuff is showing, then yeah, that's a problem. But if stuff isn't like explicitly showing, then it's fine. Earthy tits are big. What? Are the nips showing? If if so, then it might not be allowed. If the nips aren't showing, then it's okay. Not explicit, then you're fine. But it's it's up to your comfortability as well, of course. Yeah. So there we go. There was a stream. There was a stream. There was a stream. There was a stream. Stream. Fuck it. Oh, I'm small. Look it. I'm small here. There we go. Now I'm not as small. Now I'm less small. Ruby's pictures of Moopunzel. Heck yeah. Yeah, I was small. I was a small pepper. Watch this. I can go like... Hang on. Hang on. Now I'm extra small. I'm on my desk. I'm an extra small pepper. Woo. 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 Alright, everybody. Bye-bye. Alright. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I am genuinely so happy to talk about my characters and my lore. It makes me very happy to do so. Yay. Okay. Put Pepper in pocket. Oh my gosh. Put Pepper in Pepper pocket. Heck yeah, I've been pocketed. Okay. See you later, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye. Goodbye, bye-bye. Goodbye, bye-bye. Goodbye, bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble about my favorite things. Bye-bye-bye. Pepper pocket. Bye-bye.